a
Up top,
piece.
we did it. Another one. That was a good one, actually. I like that
It was
discussion. I like the conversation. That one.
my favorite one was the pubic hair.
I like anything that makes D-Slap uncomfortable.
He did get uncomfortable with that. It was funny.
D-Slap will literally. D-Slap got uncomfortable with pubic hair, but then wrote a fan fiction where you pinned me down and had used my butt for
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Variety Pack Podcast. Here with your bullish Select Daddy, Clips XD, and your main man, D-Slap. Today, we have a variety of different topics that will be discussed by three idiots, so don't take us seriously, okay? Thanks. Have fun.
I think that's a good disclaimer.
Yeah, that is a good disclaimer.
I think that's
I like it a
actually a
lot.
really good disclaimer. That way, no one can take us too seriously. Oh, is that your Steam controller?
My Steam
Do
controller.
you like that thing?
Yeah. It's okay.
He hates it. Okay.
I don't hate it. No, I don't.
Do you prefer an
I think it's
Xbox
good.
controller?
It's different.
It's different, yeah.
Mm.
It's different.
So,
Like pure controller, Xbox controller, yes, but this makes it feel like you're playing with a mouse. So like it's just not as like easy. It's kind of hard.
PlayStation controller's the best one, though. No cap.
It's not. It's too tiny. Well, for me, I mean, I don't know. Well, I feel like when I like my thumbs touch,
Oh.
you know.
do you know Twitch? Even like for someone like me, it gives me a breakdown of my revenue now, and
How much have you made?
it's like, well, I don't remember, but I remember on the ads side of things, I've made like 17 cents, and I thought that was hilarious.
Wait, have you had your first payout?
Yeah, I've gotten paid out once.
Once, not twice.
No, just once so far. But
Okay.
I mean, that's not surprising. Honestly, you got to get to so much first. So
You haven't made it to a second payout either, right, Clips?
Mm-mm. I also haven't streamed either.
you haven't been streaming that much. I stream a little bit more.
At all.
I need to stream more. But
I'm gonna stream someday.
Hey, the
I
goal
stream
is
right
for Clips to
You can
be a
stream on
member of
YouTube.
100T.
Yeah, I'll stream on YouTube.
get our spread our seed.
Yeah.
But
I like your clips on TikTok, and you pick out good ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too.
I was
I
gonna
think-
mention that.
I like that idea. I think it's a good way.
Hey, tag me in your TikToks though.
Okay, man.
He would. Hey, he
That's
wants to
true.
be
That's true.
credited.
The freaking Minecraft one's got up to 128,000 now. So,
yeah, 120
views.
something now.
Which is
Hey.
funny because it's you at your demise in it.
You know,
How
I'm
could you
just
do that?
glad I can help. You know.
Yeah. But what were we talking about before we got distracted by the controller? Oh, we were talking
Well,
about Russell
we were-
Westbrook wearing a dress.
We were just starting the podcast. It goes into conversation, boys.
It has to
Whatever
be
happens,
natural.
happens.
We can't force it. That's
Yeah.
very true. You guys want to talk?
But I mean,
go ahead.
if you want to get started with that topic, you can. You have
Okay, well,
an opinion?
I didn't think I did until I saw the picture and got mad. So
Put it on stream. Show it to people. See what we're discussing.
disgusting.
Kid Cudi, Russell Westbrook. I mean, is it really that big of a deal? Right?
Is it?
The thing is I honestly I don't care. It just the only person who pulls this off are people with over $20 million. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
No one. If I did this, it would be stupid.
You would be looked at crazy.
It would not be
You'd
a
be
trend. It would be stupid.
You would be looked at crazy in the streets.
Well, hang on now, Lost. What are you Lost, calm down with that.
Guys, wait a minute.
Alright.
Hang on, Lost.
all right.
Hang on now.
All right, Zachary, question for you.
Yeah.
If your kid wanted to wear a dress, like, he wanted to borrow one from his sisters, how would that conversation go with you?
It would be a no for me personally. I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
When
Do you think
rich
your wife would
people-
be more open about it?
no, probably not.
When
Probably
rich
not.
people do this
I don't
kind
think
of
so.
stuff, though, it is kind of fashion. When regular people do it, you're probably a weirdo. You know?
Well, you're treading on thin ice here. define regular people, you know.
Well, when I say like people who are the everyday man who aren't millionaires, you know, who are going to their 9 to 5 every day. If you go to your 9 to 5 every day and then you wear this in your spare time, you're probably a weirdo. You know what I mean? These people are like people who are rich, like they can do this stuff because they have the free time too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What about like men who are like into feminine dressing, right? Not trans, not gay per se, but who like, I guess, to wear things like that. I don't know, man.
I'm honestly
there
more
are men that wear like that.
Yeah, if that's like your whole ordeal, that's fine. But if you're, it's weird to me. I don't know.
Is it okay? Is it weird because it's weird, or is it weird because of how we've been raised?
I would say being raised that way is probably part of it. It is a societal norm, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
And it's how we were raised wrong or right?
It's just how we were. It's not necessarily wrong or right. You could, well, can we get into this conversation about like anything though? You know what I mean? Like the only reason why, the only reason why it's bad for a 15-year-old to have sex with a 27-year-old is because society decided 18 was the legal age to not be a child anymore. You know what I mean?
But, well, I mean, true, but isn't it like brain development also like stops at a certain age or something like that?
For boys, like, it doesn't stop until 25 or 26.
Average or something.
Yeah, and for women, might be. I'm just gonna say I will bet most people in their 30s would say I'm much smarter than I was 18. So.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Most people would say that, I think. And we just decided at 18 that's going to be the age where we're like, yeah, that's an adult now. But anyway, I mean, that's kind of an extreme example that I just made versus, you know, wearing something, right?
There's something that I wanted to talk about on stream that I forgot to type it in. Let me type it in. Don't worry about it. Keep talking.
Can't you just say it? Okay. But like, I look at this kind of thing and it's like, this isn't a big deal because this guy's a millionaire. But that's just my opinion. Again, he went and got a fashion shot, you know, shooting with this kind of thing, you know. Honestly, I don't think the dress is the weirdest thing here. It's the boots. These are dumb boots. These combat boots. He looks like a German teacher who taught a Hitler youth class with this outfit. That's what this outfit is. This is what Nazi teachers wore during.
That's what that's screaming to you.
What is the Scottish thing called? Kilt, right?
A kilt, yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're technically skirts, right? We can agree on that.
There was a teacher in my junior college who wore a kilt, and
technically Scottish men consider them manly, right? Like they're a manly thing to wear.
Oh yeah, and you're not gonna say a word to them. You're absolutely right, and that is a different culture thing. But here's the thing. I feel like this is just someone trying to be different, you know?
True.
It's kind of a scream for attention to me, and that's why
I agree with that. I think a lot of people just do it for the attention. Just to get a little
And again,
bit
like I said, if you are just some guy who does this and not Russell Westbrook, people are going to be like, you think you're a weirdo. You know, or
you're not gonna get the same.
They're gonna think you're a weirdo or an asshole, and one of those two things.
I guarantee you that a normal person would not get the praise he gets. Right?
Oh,
you're so
absolutely not.
No, Westbrook wins best dressed player every year, and he wears. I'm just gonna pull up some Westbrook fashion real quick. Hang on. All right, here we go. Here, this man took a shirt out of a burn pile.
This man is dressed like a homeless person here.
Look at this. This guy's gonna go out and direct traffic after the game.
Oh, okay, so yeah, he's an attention seeker.
Honestly, this is normal compared to some of the ones we've seen. So, but this is what he does. Look, he wore a robe. It's not Russell Westbrook.
Hey, no cap. I saw a lot of that in high school. You seen the school buses?
This is just kind of goofy looking. This guy he looks like a kid.
He's a kid at heart, man.
He looks like he's about to go. This looks like a bomber.
He's dedicated to the cause.
Dedicated to the cause.
Schlag is homophobic confirmed. That's not what I said at all. Yeah, that has nothing to do with sexuality, to be fair. Russell Westbrook is a straight man. He's married with, like, I think 1 child, but still. Maybe 2 children. But it's almost... I think what's annoying about it is just that it's getting praised for not being relatable. I don't know. It's just... it's weird. I don't know.
Right.
For intentionally going out of the way to do something like that, like, and calling it fashion because you're allowed to, because you're a millionaire. Like I said, no one starts that trend being a guy who works a 9 to 5 every day. So,
dude, if a guy wore that to work, and his workplace told him, "No, you can't wear that," because workplaces have dress code of conducts and stuff.
Yeah.
If he sued, do you think he would win in today's society? And has that happened already? I'm actually curious.
It probably has happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Because most jobs have a dress code anyway. I think a job gets a lot of right, though, to hold you to their dress code how they want, though.
I think it depends on what,
because your employment is like a contract, So.
State, yeah.
So my coworker Veronica, right? I forgot what she told me she was wearing, but she was wearing like a black haircut to her interview, and she was told to go in for a second interview, and then I think like as she was going out from her first interview, someone told her to change her hair into else. She got hired on her second interview. So they told her that I forgot what hairstyle it was, but it was like a black hairstyle. You know what I mean? They told her that it wasn't acceptable.
When you say black hairstyle, what do you mean?
Dude, like there's like certain black hairstyles, right? That women wear.
I'm gonna tap out of this one.
I don't know. Help me out here, Clips. You know a few.
I mean, I think I know what you're trying to say.
I don't know what it was though.
But
I don't know. I don't know if it was braids or a certain type of braid.
It probably was. Or dreads. It is. It is said that does affect your employment. Having an ethnic hairstyle would be, I guess.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
If I owned a business and a white dude came in with cornrows, I wouldn't hire him, but I'd hire a black dude with cornrows.
I mean,
usually when white people have cornrows, they're usually on K2 or meth, or they're rich. Like I said, it's usually those 3 things: drugs or meth. I'm sorry, drugs or rich. Or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
Or he's trying to be a rapper.
Well, yeah, that's why. I mean, if some dude comes in and he looks like Post Malone, and he's not Post Malone, yeah, he's not getting hired.
That's fair.
Oh man. Also, how long until tattoos become acceptable in the workplace?
They're more acceptable. My pharmacist has a full sleeve.
Yeah, I think they're all.
Does he show it?
Yeah, yeah.
No, we can't show tattoos at my work. Then again, I work at a bank.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you are. I think it's more and more acceptable.
Colored hair is another one that they are kind of weird about.
Even though I know a lot of people.
Also, no piercing. Like guys can't have piercing.
Yeah, that was my biggest one.
You have piercings?
Oh, yeah,
I didn't know you had
guys have to have short hair. So, for example, Zach couldn't work at my bank.
They make guys have shorter hair.
They say that at every bank, and every bank I've worked at has no problem. It's and those rules were written in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
I don't know, man.
I think they'll let you get away with that as long as you're a clean person. You know what I mean? As long as it doesn't look bad.
Maybe it's because
Like I usually put it in a ponytail and whatnot, so I mean I look clean cut when I do it. So
also Clips is kind of pretty, so he gets away with it too.
He's an easy on the eyes guy. You know?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure you just kind of like winks at the people doing interviews if they're girls. They like kind of melt there.
I mean, I just talk to the people.
I mean, facial hair is another thing that some places won't let you do. So
yeah.
I have no problems there.
I know some hospitals, specifically during COVID too, would make you shave because your beard would keep your mask off your face more than it needed to be. So, that's how that would go. Well, I kind of want to. Welcome back.
Damn.
But
you're gonna let him talk about you like that, Zach?
What?
Look at the stream.
Oh.
I just noticed how big Clips' nose is compared to Schlag's.
Oh. Yeah, I got.
You gotta say something. You gotta say something.
Clips does have a big nose, but that's okay.
No, I mean I'm cool with my nose. I have a big nose.
No, it fits your face fine, man. Don't get self-conscious. So like,
I'm just doing some stuff.
But D-Slap, if you got I bet if you got tattoos on your arm and you came to work with tattoos on your arm and you wore do you wear short sleeve shirts to work?
No, dude.
Do you have to wear long sleeve shirts?
So my coworker a female coworker had tattoos on her feet, the top of the feet.
Yeah.
They make her band-aid them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Girls love to get tattoos on their feet.
She had a tattoo over the top part of the shoulder, so when that, her shirts were a little bit low, she would have to band-aid it. That kind of deal.
That's interesting.
They're very strict at the bank that I work at.
Yeah, my the pharmacist I have, he has a full sleeve and he wears short sleeve shirts and shows it all the time.
Yeah.
And my last pharmacist, she did have a foot tattoo, and I mean, she always wore open toe stuff.
I mean, my bank is known for being super conservative. They're a Texas bank only. They're known for being super conservative, dude.
Yeah.
They're old school.
Maybe that's
their
part of
their motto is time change, values don't, kind of deal.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, so I guess that's kind of up for that business to decide, though, is it not?
Yeah.
What they're gonna do about their dress code and their rules and stuff. I guess some places aren't gonna care. I'm gonna assume a bigger, more national thing doesn't care as much because they don't have the time to care as much. So there's only so much you can hold people to at some point when you become a bigger company.
You have that, and then you have companies like Google.
Yeah, I bet that's... I would imagine Google allows a lot more stuff to get through.
Yeah.
So.
Google's pretty chill.
I did go to their corporate building, though, for the bank. And while they're very strict about dressing and stuff, they have open areas where people can just leave the office and walk out with their laptops, sit down and stuff. They
That's
have
kind of how all those big tech companies are, though.
Yeah.
They kind of created that environment.
They have a Starbucks inside the building.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And the dumbest thing is the CEO went to this convention or whatever from big businesses, and there was a $5 million digital wall clock, and he bought it for the building.
Wow.
$5 million
for a clock.
Whatever. For a clock.
You got those on your phone now. You don't need that.
It's art, I guess.
I guess
it's
if
not
you're,
a regular digital clock. It was weird too. We couldn't read it. It's time.
It tells you when the world ends. That's the only way I find 5 million justified on a clock. But yeah, wait. Do you guys think it's dumb when people spend even $20,000 on a watch?
If you have over $1 million, if you have over $5 million, you can spend 20 on a watch.
Dude, I would spend that much.
I figured Clips would because that's your kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you're that's why I have I have a hell of an issue with people that I know are living paycheck to paycheck and they have like a nice car living in a trash apartment.
Yeah.
That's true.
Have
There's
the
some
best-
people, they have like they're driving like, I guess kind of like a nice car, but not like the nicest cars. It's like like a Mustang or something like that, or like a Corvette. But they live
Or
in a
low-end
single wide
Mercedes.
trailer.
Right, low end Mercedes, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Or like they
A
have like
BMW.
people they have like the nice clothes too, right? Instead of like focusing on like
And then you go to their house for a house party, and then they have no furniture in there.
Yeah, they have lawn chairs, and
Yeah.
their refrigerator is empty, and
And their TV is sitting on a bunch of those crates from the Crate Challenge. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, it's that mentality of make it till you make it, you know.
And then
Yeah.
there's people who they take the bus to get Jordans, you know what I mean, and spend $500 on them, which obviously $500 is cheaper than a car. Don't get me wrong, but it's interesting where priorities lie with some of these people.
Look at the evolution of like Jay-Z, for example. You know, early on in his career, chains, jewelry, everything, and now that he's like at the top of his wealth and he all black, no jewelry, chillest dude ever.
That's kind of like, a lot of these people like
Jeff
there's
Bezos.
basketball players like that. There's rappers like that. I think Eminem is very similar in the sense that he's doesn't really flash anything. And
yeah, Kendrick Lamar is somewhat
Kendrick
like that
Lamar.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that because you don't need to flash it, right? Why are you flashing it?
I think they get to a point where you just get so secure with your success and how you feel about yourself that you don't need that anymore. So kind of like your values shift for sure. I think when you first get money, and we would all be guilty, we would all buy something stupid, guaranteed.
Now, if you're a person who likes to accessorize, like for example, Clips, right? I know he would buy a nice grill, not because he
Clips
wants to
would buy a
flash it,
grill. Clips would buy a watch. Well,
Right,
you probably put some rims on like a 99 Buick or something like that.
but not because he wants to flash, but
96.
because he likes
okay.
the accessories. You know, I can appreciate that instead
No,
of
yeah, and I just like certain things. First of all, never mind. I'm not
No,
gonna
go
get
for
into
it,
it
man.
right
Go
now.
ahead, say something.
No, finish your thought.
No, it's just the thought of certain things being considered a certain way, like
Black
a grill.
good.
Yes, like I don't, because a grill to me is like similar to someone wearing earrings or a ring. It's an accessory,
Yeah,
but people consider it like a bad thing.
Good,
It's just
black.
yeah. Yeah,
it
I
makes
mean-
sense
Hey,
to me.
if we ever became super rich, Clips, I think we should go in together and we should get some dope G wagons like we did in Forza.
Oh yeah, dude, I am 100% down.
I could, there's this part of me where I'm like, man, if I had a lot of money, I would get a G wagon, and I would even get like a stereotypical like lifted truck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it'd just be cool to
I'm
have.
right
you know?
there,
Yeah.
dude. Car lineup already, dude. The lifted truck, an Audi,
Oh, that'd be sick.
and
That's true.
maybe like the G wagon.
I would get it.
Sure.
We could all three get G wagons.
The G-Wagon,
Lift
we can
that
get
G-
matching.
I don't know what it is
matching
about
paint.
G wagons that are so cool, but I'm a fan.
Yeah, I
dope.
they just look so solid. It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
So it's like it's that perfect look of like
It's timeless.
that good look of like it has that kind of old look, like you said, timeless, and then it
Mhm.
kind of mix that with like like how a Cadillac has like that FBI kind of feeling. It kind of
Yeah.
gives that, but with a little bit more style.
Oh, so
And
like an elite class.
Yeah.
Feel elite.
And
Yeah.
it also looks like it looks like a car that can handle itself and
Exactly.
range too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you got the windows tinted, that thing would be sick. So
Yeah.
and
I would
with
get the cream
xenon
white,
lights
dude.
too. Yeah.
Like the pearl white.
I would probably black mine out, honestly.
Black.
Oh, and if you got the Mercedes logo to like light up, that'd be pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
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 dude, white with black rims and tinted windows. Come on,
Yeah.
talking about.
So yeah, there's definitely, like I said, we would definitely spend stupid money on stuff for sure.
I mean,
That's the
I
thing.
already kind of do. It's
Oh, we know you
unfortunate.
do. We know
dude,
you
I
do.
think you're probably
We
like
know
the
you
biggest
do.
spender of things.
It's
How many
actually
fountain pens do you have? How many cameras do you have?
It's not even that, dude. I don't. It's an investment.
The pins. I forgot about the pins.
Yeah.
What, the fountain pen?
Yes, the fountain pins, dude.
I remember when you were sharing pictures of the fountain pins. You're like, "Oh, this is a nice one," and it was like $140 for a pin, and I was like,
that you could go to the dollar store and get a pack of 40 for like $3. Like,
they're not fountain pins though.
They're not fountain pens. What
it
do you
doesn't
mean?
matter. It's a tool.
Yeah, dude. The most expensive pen that I have is probably like $20.
It's like the Gucci pins.
That's cap, dude. That's cap. I
That's
don't believe
cap.
that.
It's $20. No cap.
Nah, dude, cap.
No cap. I mean, sure. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have like a couple of nice leather journals that I have, but like that kind of deal. It's just for my hobbies, right? I like writing, taking pictures,
I always thought like if I ever got into anything stylistic, like watches, jewelry, anything like that, I would look like an idiot. There's just some people who can't pull it off, and I don't think I could do it at all.
I think you could do a watch.
See, and then people who
you couldn't pull a chain though.
That would be a funny thing to do for real though, is to get a grill. Like if we got a grill, if we went together and got a grill, that would be really funny.
Hey, we want.
We
want matching grills.
If we all went in and got a grill together, that would be hilarious.
I would love it.
One with the VPP on it.
Oh my gosh, that would be. I mean, we wouldn't have to do that even. Just like if we all went in and got a grill, that would be hilarious.
Hey man, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go. We'll go to Texas and get grills.
Yeah, we'll go to Johnny Dang.
I would like. We would probably have to go to Texas because D-Slap doesn't leave the area.
Yeah,
it's Johnny Dang and Paul Wall. Now let's go to New York,
dude. You don't go places.
Yeah. I'll go to New York for that.
It's actually really impressive how much you don't travel. Actually, I never realized that. You're 20. How old are you? 28, 29?
28.
Yeah, you're 28 and you don't go anywhere, and you have no I mean, your ties are to your job, but on vacation you just stay home. That's interesting to me. Man. You don't see any other part of the country.
Do you have a desire to go to another state or another?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
Is it just because no one can go with you? Like, what is it?
No, not that. I mean, I don't mind going alone.
If I was like by myself, I would go by myself. Like,
yeah,
I
don't know.
Like, it would not bother me.
There's just so many like pretty places in the United States, and I'm thinking,
there are.
I enjoyed Houston when I went there, but I'm like, Houston is one of those places where what's in it is cool, not like
It's Houston being Houston is cool, but there's like a bunch of other places. It's like okay, I went to Houston, but like now, there's other places I can go.
Yeah.
Did you go outside of Houston when you came?
I don't know where all I went in Houston.
I think the most outside he went was like League City when we went to Main Event or wherever it is.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Houston's pretty big.
Yeah.
You should have taken him out a couple hours.
He was busy. He just had a child.
Yeah, I literally I got home from the hospital like maybe a day or two before.
Wasn't that around that time?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's been years now since you came.
It was like 2 years.
I was still living in Illinois.
Dude. Oh, Cliff was a young man back then.
I mean, he already had 3 other kids. I mean, okay, young man. You mean in his 20s? Is that what you mean? But no, I mean, it's weird. It's crazy to me that, I mean, I'm sure you have the finances to do it if you own 17 cameras and 30 keyboards and 90 headsets. Like,
dude,
I literally own
his freaking credit score and whatnot.
I literally own two keyboards.
I bet D-Slap's credit score is 1,063 or something like that.
It's no, credit scores don't go that high.
Yeah, that was the joke.
Dude, so 2 keyboards, 7 cameras, and
6 cameras.
2 webcams.
I was joking when I said 7 cameras.
Two of which don't work, allegedly. Don't work.
Yeah, it's amazing how you have 7 cameras, yet you have 0 on right now. So, that's pretty cool.
They're they're not webcams though. Come on.
You have a digital camera.
Figure
though. You
out
could
something.
just buy a capture
just figure
card.
out something. I don't care
I'm
what
not
you
gonna
do.
buy a capture card.
Why not,
Why
dude?
not?
You ain't going anywhere.
Dude, it
Got
doesn't
some
matter. Use
vacation
it
plans?
as a webcam.
I have a webcam. What do you?
Use your $15,000 camera as a webcam.
All right, dude. Let's not pretend like I have money. Okay, I'm poor.
Okay, yep. You're right.
Just do something. I bet you have a credit score of 1,063. You own half of the every LG, Razer, Corsair. You own 90% of their inventory, and then alongside that, you drive what do you drive? A Honda Accord, and
I do. I'm poor.
Dude,
What does that have to do with being poor?
you are just a guy. You know what I mean?
I'm a guy.
Who do you live with? Do you live with your brother?
Yeah, I do.
You guys own a house together?
No, not a house.
An apartment? Wait, where do you guys live in?
No, we live in a trailer.
Oh, where at?
Yeah.
In Houston? And are you in
outside.
Pearland? Oh,
Yeah, Fairland.
okay.
Yeah. No, it was my parents, but they bought a house and we kept it. We
Oh,
actually
nice.
just paid it off, so we're kind of saving money right now.
Even more so.
So you even have
You
more
don't
money
have a-
because it's paid off.
Yeah.
You're just paying.
We still pay for the the land, I guess.
I mean that's fine.
Texas land is. I don't know how much would that cost. I'm not.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm trying to buy a house in my early 30s, no cap.
No cap.
Do you have a
My
girlfriend or
YouTube stream
anything?
broke.
Anything.
What?
You have
He said a
anything?
girlfriend or anything?
He has anything?
Anything.
I'm kind of
Let's just
curious
go with
about your
anything.
love life. That's what I want to dive in.
Let's talk. We
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, I
we
want to
never
dive into
actually
D
go
Slap's
into
love
that.
life because he doesn't
Yeah.
talk about it at all. I don't. Do you text girls? Do you do anything?
Well, okay.
Because
Said anything. Let's go.
you're not a.
What do you do?
You're not. I have friends who don't date or anything like that. But it's kind of you seem like you would be much more confident with women though. Like, then, am I wrong, Clips? I don't. You know what I'm saying here? Like, I feel you seem like you would be kind of brave. I don't know.
I'm okay.
Yo, I saw this dude get this chick's freaking number one time.
It is impressive if you can get someone's number at all. Like that's some type of confidence.
All right.
Dude, this dude, he was just like, "Oh, you play guitar?" It's like I play guitar too, and then they just exchanged, and then I don't know what happened after that, but it was a pretty savage move. It's a pretty savage move.
Yeah. It's live,
Just live.
Anyways,
he's really playing this down. He really doesn't want to talk about this.
So.
All right. So there's a topic that I wanted to talk about, and I don't know. There's two topics that I wanted.
Do you
to
have
talk
Tinder?
About.
You got Tinder?
No.
Grinder?
No.
Grinder.
All right. So, that topic that I discussed earlier in writing, the one that is
I didn't look at it.
Do you have a type?
It.
What's your type?
All right, man. So there's two topics there. Which one do you guys want to start with?
Someone said? What does that mean?
And someone said, I heard, I went to school for 12 years and came out working at a donut place. I wanted to talk about the school system.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Dude, I have a story about the school system.
Okay,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was supposed to get a freaking certificate, but so all right, so I do all my classes, right? I do let's say, I don't know, 90% of my classes. I only had one class left. I go to try and take the class.
Right.
That was not offered in August because of COVID. So I only take 2 classes in August last year, not this year, last year. I go to try to take those classes. I take the 2 classes or whatever. and just finish those classes, blah blah blah. And then I decide to wait till spring to see if the class is offered. The last class that I need is offered. I try to take the class. I sign up, take the class, or well, attempt to take the class, and then they're just like, well, you can't pay for it, or we can't pay for it rather. So, because they're like, we're not going to cover one class because you're not eligible because of like the Pell Grant or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'll add 2 more classes. And they're like, well, you can't do that either because those classes are not qualified in your certificate. Yeah. So basically, they said they were going to try and do something to see if it can get like taken off, but that never actually happened.
Right.
So I waited until like July or something to hear back from them, and then basically I never got the actual thing, which sucks.
And you have to start from 0 now, right, for your thing?
Kinda, but they accepted. My classes were supposed to be non-transferable, but I sent them my transcript and they accepted them. So I think they took them all off, which was 7 classes. So that takes off like a year that I'll need to be in school. Yeah.
Do you plan to work now while in school or no? Still no?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, yeah, I'll have to.
Not right now, but like.
Not right at this moment. It's actually, if I were to work now, it would probably be harder because I would have to buy another car. I would have to figure out daycare.
So I think it saves you guys money, right? With you being at home and you being daycare.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I figure. How do you like being a stay-at-home dad? Technically,
it's cool.
And you could go back to work.
Is there a part of you that misses working at all? Like, because I think about this when I've taken pauses in my work time, and like where I kind of feel like I get kind of like a little bit of a depression from it.
I did at first. I don't now because I do try to do stuff.
I think,
and I do feel like I am.
Yeah.
Like
if you have kids though, I think that probably helps too, right? I mean,
yeah, and being in school helps. Like if I wasn't in school, then I would
That's
feel
true.
like I would feel like useless.
I can say that for like when I was out for 3 weeks for COVID, of course. Maybe it was because I was in bed most of the time, dude. But I started feeling down, like missing work.
I don't get how these people
back in my routine,
like just like stay unemployed for so long and live off unemployment, like for the sake of like just their own mental health. Like it would be hard if you, especially if like you didn't have kids or anything like that, and like you just had nothing to occupy you at all. I don't get how you could do that and not like feel like garbage, you know?
Yeah.
I think what happens is you do get down and then you don't feel like going to work, but because it's one of those things where you have to work towards a solution, but then you don't really want to because you're depressed now. So just a vicious cycle. But man, that kind of stuff is just like when I was off work for like moving here, like it kind of felt that way when there was like a week off where I wasn't really, where we kind of done moving and I hadn't started working yet.
Let's see. Let's go with this question that I like to, ponder about sometimes. If you were to like suddenly become rich to where you didn't need to work, would you still continue working? Or would you just figure stuff out to do?
How rich?
Like 100 mil.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I probably wouldn't work.
I would try to start a business of some sort.
Yeah, I would do investments and stuff like that, but like
I would travel. Keep my mind off.
Okay, all right.
This guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I would still do investments by real estate, right? Try to find businesses to invest in.
I would want to occupy my time with something that. So I would like either want to open like I'd want to open like a.
I go golfing.
I kind of want to do. I like real estate stuff, but I also I'd want to open a golf range. Would be kind of cool to have, right?
Yeah.
Or like I would open like a gun range. That would be fun.
I like how you guys laughed at me traveling, but you guys know that I like to take pictures. So I mean,
okay, dude, but you have the opportunity right now to do that.
Yeah,
you actually are in a great position. If you wanted to start investing now, you're probably in the best position ever to actually do that. Even if I mean like real estate is what I'm actually trying to say.
I mean, I guess I could look into it.
I think honestly this is the best time since you're pushing 30. You got no wife, no kids. This is your time to do that.
So there's so many.
Market's not good right now, though.
There's so many like programs you can do to like. There's rejuvenation programs, basically like a neighborhood rejuvenation where you would buy the house and then sell it to or rent it out, and then the government would give you a kickback for rejuvenating the neighborhood and whatnot. I mean,
you could look into investing in like an apartment complex too.
Dude, I would love like a small unit, apartment, like maybe like 50.
If you did that, or maybe like a condo, something like that. But like, what's nice about those is that you're immediately making money, paying off towards the purchase you made. So like those tenants are paying off your monthly payments on them.
I would look to buy a recently new one though, not an old one with issues. Imagine being the
that's true, because then you are in charge. But that, I mean, if you're rich, if we go back to the like $100 million question, I think that kind of stuff is nice because you guys say like investments, but I almost want stuff that I would be more hands on with. You know, that's why I would
taking pictures
like that.
A photographer.
Yeah, yeah. If you did that,
okay. So are we talking like things to sustain and make money, or just like hobbies to occupy time?
If you're rich, you really don't have to do something to live. You can do something that you enjoy, right?
Okay, so things to occupy your time.
Yeah, occupy your time, right?
So, I wouldn't, because occupying time is one of those things, but you have to be so motivated to even do that. You know, I would want something where I feel like you want something where you feel like there's value in it too, in my opinion, to keep your mentality right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I understand. Yeah,
I think that's why we see that with like people who's living as like streaming or even musical artists when they go through these depressive times, because that you don't feel like you're putting out the product that it's not as direct as a transaction. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I enjoy art. I feel like art is fulfilling.
Maybe, but I mean, we've never been at that level though.
It depends though, right? Art is fulfilling if you feel like there's growth, right?
Yeah,
I've seen people who like get like stuck at a place like in social media, right? Like photographers that are trying to grow like on Instagram that are more dedicated than me, of course, and they're actually posting every day. But like they're trying to grow and they get stuck and they don't feel like they're growing and they get down on themselves. Like, what are they doing wrong? That kind of deal, right? I can see that. It gets depressive.
And then when
you
you're
start
like,
doubting yourself.
When you're like a musical artist or any type of artist, your interaction with the people who want your product is very limited. You know what I mean? Like, it is not very personable, in my opinion. Because those people, they got social media, and then if you're an artist, a musical artist, you got concerts, and I'm sure having the cheering is great and all, but I feel like at the end of it, you're kind of like left pretty alone. What'd you say?
Meetups.
And I think that's part of it, but you can only do so many meetups, and it's still not that personable.
And interactions through social media,
I think even those, I mean, interacting with anyone through social media is still not that personable of a thing. Yeah. So I just think when you look at artists and what they feel and why a lot of them do get down on themselves, and it's easy to be like, boo-hoo, you're a millionaire doing this, but they do lose a lot of human interaction. So
okay, so I've got I know like some artists go through this where like once they get to a certain fame or wealth, like they feel like they can't trust certain people in their life because they're not entirely sure if they're there for them or what they can provide for them, right? Do you think it's only a few or everyone that's at the top that go through that? And if so, how lonely is that?
I bet it's I bet everyone at that level probably experiences some form of that. And again, it's hard to tell when we've never been there, right? But I mean, you always hear about that when people talk about, people who you barely knew. They talk about people they barely knew who lived on their street, mad at them because they didn't come back and help them off the street. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know what you hear that kind of stuff, and it's like it's true. People get an expectation that because, it's just that same mentality of, oh, you're wealthy enough to take care of me. Why don't you take care of me? And it's because it's just more. There's only so much money can do to help a person out of a situation. And
also, if you make it, do you owe anyone anything?
That's the thing, and it's your own hard work that does that. And I think that also kills a lot of the personableness because
I think if people are helping you make it, I think you should, put them, like bring them with you. Like your best friends or friends that you hang out with or whatever that are there with you or supporting you. Like, those people, but like people from your hometown, it's like,
let's
don't
say
forget
family.
about me.
Let's say even family, right? Like even family, like, maybe like your mom, like your brothers, right? Like they're always supporting you, your immediate family, and even then, they may not support you, but like cousins, uncles, aunts, right?
But
do you owe them anything? Are you supposed to bring them up with you? I mean, don't get me wrong. For the people who do it, respect. But do you truly owe anybody anything?
I don't think so at that level. I'm thinking like if any of my uncles came to me, if I got like rich randomly, and any of my uncles came to me asking for anything, I'd be like, why? What makes you think you deserve that? And it's nothing against my uncles, I'm just saying like we see each other maybe once a year at a Christmas party. You know what I mean? Like
that kind of deal. Yeah.
We barely know each other. I have people.
That's when you get the you're a sellout. Oh, you're fake to your family. Oh,
you're
this
different.
And that.
You've changed.
You've changed.
You've changed. And I think
I've seen you one time in the past 5 years. You've changed.
It's just that's what people they get like this undeserving what's it called?
Entitlement.
Entitlement. That's what I'm looking for. That they didn't earn, and they think they did earn it because they knew you better than a stranger, And,
and in the topic of conversation, right? If you make it to the top and you're a guy, is your significant other entitled to half?
I think if we're in like me and Clips's state with our relationship, where our wives married nothing but who we are, basically, you know what I mean? Neither one of us are bringing, $1 million to the table, you know what I mean? And we're bringing who we are, and that's it. I think we owe them something if something were to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, let's say if you're a guy who's already at the top and your significant other meets you while you're at the top, do you owe them half?
I think that's something I'll never understand, because I'm not there. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah,
I would say no. My response is no. And so I have another question for that, right?
I would question their motives, though. To be honest,
if you ask for a prenup, and you're the girl who's like being asked for a prenup, should you be offended, or should you understand why they're asking for a prenup?
I think that's tough, huh? It'd be hard not to be somewhat offended about it, but it's kind of like one of those things.
But if you're really there for him, then it shouldn't matter, right?
It really shouldn't matter, but at the same time,
I mean, are you trying to get Bezos or
that's true, dude. Dude, that's crazy how Bezos' wife divorce.
30
They get
30
divorced,
billion,
and then
right?
she becomes the richest woman in the world, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that crazy?
that is crazy.
And he's still the richest man out there. That's
Yeah.
crazy too.
that we know of. I still think that there is people with like oil money that
Dude,
yeah.
no
oil
one knows
money
about.
for sure.
You know,
The
like
Rothschilds.
somewhere in Saudi Arabia, like there's someone living there, they got money we don't even know about. You know.
Yeah, the Russian president, he's super mega rich, and nobody really knows how wealthy he is.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories.
You were talking about, it is 9/11. I'm talking about conspiracy theories. We'll have a topical. But
no. I don't want to go there.
Clips is talking to his wife.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Yeah.
You muted
No,
Mike.
okay, but back to the original topic.
Why'd you start yelling?
Back to the original topic and the school system. How we go to school for, 12, 13, 14 years, however it is, and we come out with no skills for the workplace. Is that okay? Should that be changed?
This is a hard thing because sometimes I look back at school and I'm like, how much can a system do for me depending on how much I put into it as well? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think back at school and I'm like, did I put enough in to be mad at the school system for not getting me to a point where I feel like school should have got me? Does that make sense?
I don't think
there's only so much a system can do for us, and
right.
At the end of the day, I think back and I'm like,
well, I guess what I mean is,
like what they teach, maybe.
Should we change it to where when we come out at the age of 18, ready to work, right? We should have some skills for the workplace. I'm not saying college level skills or anything, because even a bachelor's degree right now, it's really not that much, right? You need a master's. But shouldn't we come out with like certain kind of skills out of high school where we have a comp?
There are things that I wish I did know out of high school. Like, I just wish I would have been taught like the importance of like 401k and make sure to boost your savings and
taxes
stuff like that.
And credit and stuff.
Yeah, taking care of your taxes.
Real life skills.
Learning how to get the most out of your tax returns and stuff like that. That would have been nice, but we kind of got like one financial class in high school, and it was like balancing your checkbook, and that was it. And
what about a school system that like, and this would be hard to do, but like a school system that maybe like around 7th or 8th grade started to like figure out where you wanted to go in life, right?
That's
like
tough.
Based on like tests and stuff like that, and like they had like different technical programs who were, maybe like 9 through 12, right? It's like half and half, right? Half still educational, but like half of the school time is like technical stuff to prepare you for life, right? Into whatever field you wanted to go, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, even with college, there's a problem with when you go into college, you take so much garbage you don't care about, right?
You still start with your basics. You still start with
your basics.
To take so much garbage.
I had to take a speech class, and I'm like, why?
Actually, I do. I actually think speech classes are important.
Yeah, but let me tell you,
I had to take an art appreciation class.
I took business speech though, like presentations wise and stuff.
Another thing about a lot of these speech classes is they make you use like PowerPoint, and PowerPoint is like the most cop-out thing. You know what I mean? It's hard to be taken seriously and use PowerPoint just because it's almost too high schoolish,
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless you're a high school teacher.
That's true. Yeah, if you're going for teaching, it's a whole new ballpark for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, man. Well, I always think I am jealous of the people who are like, I'm gonna be a nurse. You know what I mean? And then they went and did it. I just wish I would have had some drive to be something and been.
And that's what I mean, right? That's what I mean. A school that like had a program to help kids figure out where they fit in like life and like careers.
But
I think that would be cool.
You're still gonna have kids who are misfits in life who, like, in the sense that their passion doesn't fall into the common workplace. You know what I mean? And
well, I mean, there could be, people who want to go into art, right? And they have that. An art.
And at some point, I mean, it's kind of like, do you even go to school for art? You just kind of do it, right?
There is school for art, but
I just don't. What high school, out of high school, going to college kid?
Isn't there like school of arts kind of deal?
Yeah, but at some point you have to realize if you're going to college for art, you're like, I'm kind of wasting money and my time, right?
I don't think that's accurate.
No,
you don't think that's not accurate? Because I'm not. I'm just saying at that point. At that point, if you're going to college for art, just you're not setting yourself unless you're going to do specifically
there's more to art,
graphic design.
No, because there's like color theory. There's like laws.
Okay,
right?
And those theories and all that is bullshit. Like, it's so dumb.
Okay.
No, it's not.
They help you.
There are certain techniques that art uses,
but
right?
Do you need a whole college course?
No, yeah, that's my thing. I don't think you need a whole college course. No, I do believe that. But whether you find it valuable or not is really not up to.
And I'm not trying to down. I'm not downing art. Yeah, well, I agree with Jacob quite a bit here. I'm not trying to down art right now. I'm trying to say that there's certain things that you don't need to go to school to be, even like business school is almost kind of unnecessary. You go out and you start a business with something you're passionate about, and you learn the hard way that, hey, your first, 2 to 5 years of starting a business is going to be rough. You're going to be working.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of it is pointless.
Right.
14-hour days, regardless of if you start before college or not.
So let's say in art, right? Like if you want to be a musician, right? Shouldn't you go and learn to play the instrument by someone?
Yeah, not in college though. You can learn, especially in the age of the internet. You can learn.
Only thing that college is useful for is for proving to a company that you actually know what you know.
Who's getting a job? Who's getting their music theory degree and then they go and get hired by a company? They usually don't. They start a review channel on YouTube and make it that way. Your Anthony Fantano, or whatever that one dude's name is, the needle drop guy.
He gave with Drake album a 3 and gave KSI album a 4. He really knows his stuff, man. He
does what he's supposed to do. He's a critic and he's a harsh one. So college also gives you access to peers who can criticize your work, but you can still find people like that outside of college. See, okay, so this is a good point though, in the sense that where college needs to be the focus, less on the material and more on the connections with other things. So that's the problem, is when you're going over color theory and art, that doesn't matter. What matters is hey, here's emails to companies that you can send your pictures to get some submissions going and at least get your art seen by someone. That's the problem.
Do that.
There would just be teachers need to be less focused. The people teaching things like art need to be less connected with what the subject is and more with the world that cares about it.
You don't really care about proper technique, Jacob Slag.
You don't need to. Because proper technique only does so much. The focus should be more on the actual application of the items you're being taught.
Right now, Zachary looks like he's a rock star. Play the guitar, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
He gets out the Guitar Hero controller.
I play a little bit.
I just think going to school for art would be like going to school to be a stand-up comedian. It's like... Yeah. Just you do it. You don't go to school for it. So I don't know.
Right. If you come out of high school, right, and you go to college for a degree, should you need basics or should you go straight into the material for that degree?
The material of that degree. What have I been doing for the past 12 years?
Exactly. I agree with that.
I should have the basics covered. My speech class should have been taken care of. I should
Your
know.
college degree would go by much faster. It would go by so much faster. You would be graduating in
the fact that you have
a
to
year and a half
spend
to
4 years to get a bachelor's degree is so crazy, and that's why I'm like, why I'm jealous of people who are like nurses, because they do a 2-year program where they're working in the field the whole time. They're actually working at a hospital.
He's single and ready to mingle.
Their degree that way. And Clip says has a nice smile. That's one of his best features for sure. But
hey man, the boy's pretty.
I'm just vibing.
He's a cutie pie.
Just vibing.
But anyhow,
he's single and ready to mingle, guys. Shoot your shot.
Man, I don't know.
My brother asked, "Can we debate checks or stripes?"
Checks or stripes?
Like
a shirt?
I think he's talking about Nike or Adidas.
Oh, Nike or Adidas. Oh, that makes sense. I'm an Adidas guy. I like Nikes kind of.
They're both good.
Sometimes something about Nikes is like it's almost too popular.
Mainstream.
I don't know.
I agree with that.
I like Adidas style better. Let's see what Caleb said here. I feel like college helped me refine a lot of skills that I didn't have previously, but I feel like I could have developed those skills on my own without spending as much money. I would have probably been less focused during that time, though. So Caleb went to school for a film degree.
I think
he likes the structure of college.
I will say though, I feel like college helps you understand how you need to learn.
I don't agree with
that.
Does
that makes sense?
Say it again.
For some people, right? And I think it applies to the majority of people, right? Sometimes people need help in figuring out how to learn, like how to learn, right? Like
I'm trying to unpack this here.
The structure of it, right? Like, because if you have people who just go watch a YouTube video, right? They may not know where to start, or right? They may start at the middle where they should have started at the beginning, but they're not aware what the start is. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think if you had you learned on your own plus a tutor would be like the greatest way to learn.
I'm just saying, stuff like that doesn't need to be a 4-year degree, and
I don't think it should be a 4-year degree.
Again, like art and music, college, in college should be actually marketing yourself is what those classes should be. How to market yourself.
I agree with you that it shouldn't be 4 years for a bachelor's degree. Like that's why I said we shouldn't have basics. We already came out of high school.
Yeah,
we should go straight into the material of the course.
It's just like if you go to school for art or music production, any of that, you're probably good at it already. You just need to learn because if you love something, you're gonna do it no matter if you get paid or not. But
didn't we ask someone that went to college for art what they think?
Do we have anybody?
I don't know.
I knew a person who went to school for art and she dropped out after 1 year. So
okay. Trey says, my students all had to learn through doing, plus they have a tutor oversee them, and me, the course rep, come in and keep them on course. Uni is jarring. You lose a lot of the hand-holding school gives. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing where before college or university, depending where you're at. So high school, I'm not sure what I forget what high school is across overseas, but we need to learn to not be handheld as much before we get into university or college.
So like going now after being out of school so long, it was like super jarring because first of all, I'm not attentive, so I procrastinate a lot, so I don't really I don't put myself in a mode. I just actually have to wait till the last moment because that's the only thing that's gonna make me do it. So trying to force myself to study without someone either being over my shoulder or having this deadline is it's too relaxed for me, honestly. And I can easily lose a lot of progress if I don't like stay on top of it, or at least try to.
Right. That's my problem with like online college too, is it doesn't feel disciplined enough for me to care.
No.
And that's one reason why I stopped going to college, because I'm going to do, information systems technology was going to be my major. And then when I took classes, I'm like, if I did this for 40 hours a week, I'd put a gun in my mouth. Like that stuff was and it just there's a point where you're doing things where you're like, man, I thought I liked this, but there's a difference from doing something as a hobby and then making it your job. So,
yeah. True.
Also, being like 10 years older than a lot of your peers kind of cools that social/collaboration aspect a bit. Yeah, because Clips is 34, and
that's not.
He's accurate. He's working. The kids are actually 15 years younger than him, so that's pretty interesting. Online classes do suck for that reason, because the truth is you old. Caleb.
But hey, my dude is 21. Okay,
I'm 21. 21. That was you on Twitch.
And, but I mean, with school, man, you just really. There's people who did school and kept doing it and went all the way through because they thought that was their best route, and and then they're working, they're making probably 100 to 150K a year. But man, I'm just thinking, if I went to school for 6 years, it better be more than 150K a year. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine going to school for 6 to 8 years.
I mean,
and
you went to school for 12 years, 13 years, 14 years.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I couldn't imagine though specializing in something and then not being happy with life.
Well, what if they're happy?
And then you're not even guaranteed to.
What if they're happy?
You're putting. And I think there are some people who are happy, but you know what most people do? They don't find happiness in work. Their work is what just provides them money so they can achieve a family, which is actually where they find happiness. And there's only so much, that it's going to do for you. But man, I couldn't imagine going to school for that long, getting into debt for that much, and then the job is not the reason I'm happy,
Student loans, yeah.
That kind of stuff, is depressing to think about. That was another thing. And I was like, man, I start dumping money into this. And then it's like, there's a point where you're so into the point, where there's no return. Because once you're 2 years into your 4-year degree, if you're special, or I guess I should say 3 years maybe, and that last year probably sucks. And if that last year sucks and then you're doing something that you realize sucks after year 3, that's awful, right?
Yeah,
that's awful.
That's my biggest hold off for the longest time, is why I didn't want to go to school, because I didn't want to be stuck doing something I didn't want to do. And I'm easy to get in a rut too. Yeah. So I just don't dig myself out. I just stay there.
That's true. That's true. And that's another. School does that.
The best classes were usually the grade because of people rather than the classes. I had a different experience, man. I liked school. I liked learning. I loved history class. I loved math class. I loved science class.
An enjoyment to learning.
Yeah. But I like learning.
But learning is nice, but trying to learn something that you don't care about is probably the worst thing ever. That's one of the worst things ever.
I hated English class because I was told what to write and what to read. And what if I didn't enjoy that reading? You're muted, by the way. Oh, never mind.
He's talking to people.
Yeah. So, in that regard, yeah. You should want to learn, things that you enjoy.
To be fair, people really socialize in the most interesting / fun classes. Yeah, there are some classes.
I hated the group participation stuff. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
I was always in the back, holding the sign.
Yeah, that's me. I was the sign holder. We made this poster. Hold it up.
You're the kid who clicked the mouse like for the next slide.
Yeah. Still
I
participating.
I remember early on, I used to get super nervous. Not as much like later on in like school, but like maybe like 5th or 6th grade. And I'm dark skinned, right? So when I got super shy, I would turn purple instead of red.
That's actually the funniest thing.
Somebody said, how are you turning red being that dark? And I was like, well, it happens.
You turn purple.
There's purple.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you darker than Clips? You are, right?
No, we're about the same.
About the same?
Yeah, I think we're about the same.
When you turn red, well, do you? Are you? I
No,
feel you're that person.
I
Get rosy chicks.
Yeah, I get a little rosy.
You turned into a real attention whore in those classes. That's something that I always found surprising when I would. There's a weird, for me personally, I do have a weird enjoyment for attention, and I've actually struggled with trying to figure out if I'm an introvert or an extrovert, because there's times where I'm extroverted and I feel like so good about life, and I feel like when I'm introverted though, I don't feel my best. So I don't know. That's do you guys have moments where, oh man, I don't. It's just for me, just because I can be, I can be stupid and silly, but there's certain places where I just can't get there.
I figured out myself in that regard. I'm introverted with people that I'm not comfortable with, and extroverted with people that I'm comfortable with. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it.
But I mean, I'm just like polar opposite, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to getting loud, and just when I do stupid stuff with like I bet if it
has to be a whole vibe for me.
And then like with my current coworkers, when I just started working at this pharmacy, I'm still in my shy stage with them. I bet if I showed them that one video of me pretending to sniff coke and make an egg and crack it with my head, they would there's no way they believe that's me. And
so that's why you're not comfortable with them, right?
Yeah.
If you get comfortable with them, you would be a different person.
Yeah.
It's like,
and
I don't know. It's like there's things that I would say with you guys that I wouldn't say with certain people.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's anyone with their friend group, right? Obviously, everyone is their own person with their friend group. It feels so weird to observe yourself and just realize man, why can't I get past that barrier faster? You know what I mean? And it's like at 25 years old,
you want to be an extroverted with everybody?
Yeah, that's another. I actually do have a jealousy for people who can just walk up and have conversations with strangers. And
I get that.
It's just kind of unfortunate that maybe I didn't work on myself the right way socially, but it's just there's so many times.
What skill sets did I miss?
Yeah, there's times where, and it's weird because I got proven before, where I spoke in a situation and people laughed, and I mean, does nothing feel better than making someone laugh with something you say, right? There's probably nothing better than that, in my opinion. And especially when you were in high school, if you made a girl laugh, wasn't that a big deal? You know what I mean?
For a big deal.
That made you feel really good when you did that, right? Especially if they were, above a 7, but
God.
But I was saying,
all right, that's what I meant by 3 idiots right there.
That's one of the reasons why I started streaming though, was to try and break out of my shell, because I used to be super I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk at work, nothing.
Right.
That's why I wanted to start streaming, to actually do that.
Could you have a conversation with someone that you just met?
Man,
for more than 5 minutes. For more than 5 minutes.
Are we talking sport talk conversation? Or
no,
are we talking
whatever.
About
it could be whatever, dude. Have a conversation with someone for more than 5 minutes that you just met.
Man, there's a comfortable thing with what do you
We're
talk
talking
about?
right now.
Yeah, but it's so weird to think. Isn't it so weird to try to evaluate you with your friend? And it's at some point we were strangers, and it's so weird to man, how did we get past the point? Because most people, before you know them, suck right on the surface, because they're not interesting, because they're too scared to let their interesting side show out, or they're too scared to let their funny side show out. And it's just so interesting how we were able to tolerate the the boring before we got to where we wanted. And it's
The
almost
awkward
like
moments.
the standard for when you're first trying to make friends is they're not garbage. And it's kind of like, oh, this person didn't bully me. You know what I mean?
What about the? Have you ever met someone that you're like unsure of, and then you find out one thing you have in common, like gaming, for example, right?
That's how me and D Slap. You know.
Yeah.
I forgot. What did you say you thought about me?
What do you mean?
No, you said something. You said you thought I was like not into gaming or something like that, or something. I forgot what you said.
Never said that.
No, you did. And then I made like a gaming joke.
Dude, I was having a whole conversation the first day I met you, dude.
Yeah, because you were like only talking to me. Yeah.
Do you?
Dude, I was surrounded by girls, and you were the other guy.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Isn't it crazy
I was like
how that can be the thing,
thing,
right? You know what I mean? When it's just like, just because they're another guy, you know what I mean? But you know what's worse and rubs me the wrong way? When someone I first meet is too comfortable with trying, and they try too hard to be funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I get it.
There's a point. Some people are just funny, but you can tell when there's some people who are trying to be funny because of their own insecurity with being
It
bored,
doesn't work.
and it feels uncomfortable. And then another thing is like when you get introduced to someone and they try to force like a subject that they hear you like, you know what I mean? Like
gaming.
I'm into you could get into gaming,
Zach
right?
knows all about that.
And then they're like they play Warzone,
like
and because the problem is people put it on such a general playing field and don't understand how natural like bonds form, and in the sense like because gaming is so broad, right? Because some people are playing League of Legends, some people are playing shooters. Those people are different, but there's more to it than just an activity.
League of Legends is trash.
Well, there's more to it than an activity.
I can describe it by this, right? We usually have like a few subjects that we want to talk about in the podcast, but if you actually listen to the podcast, our conversations divert into a whole variety of topics.
Yeah.
Because we just let it happen. We don't force it. It's natural, right? And we can tell when it's slowing down that we're like, okay, let's change the topic. That's like how it should be.
Yeah, and I like listen
How do you do that in real life?
Doesn't that, it's just so weird.
Tell me how.
It's just like, and like another one, like for example, is I like basketball, and this guy one time he tried to relate to me with basketball, and he said the wrong city with the wrong team, and he thinks he knows basketball because he goes out and shoots hoops and watches one playoff game a year, and it's not the same. Like, don't try to relate when you're not that interested yourself in the subject. You know what I mean? And I think that's where it comes from, is you don't force anything. You just try to be real. And at some point, I feel like when you do mature, you stop caring. And I think that's when you truly make good friends. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, I think D-Slap's taste in video games suck. You know? And Clips, you got some garbage ones too. But
come on now.
Wait, you don't think my taste in
play one game. You play one game.
What's wrong with Brawlhalla? Brawlhalla's top tier. Top tier, dude.
I wouldn't call it top tier.
And that's what we can get into. But
all right, if we made a tier list of video games, Brawlhalla would be top tier. No cap.
Halo would probably be top tier.
No,
Halo's.
I'm talking current video games, not.
Halo's a current game.
Wasn't Brawlhalla released 5 years ago?
Wait, would you put the current Halo as a top tier game? For real?
Dude, the most current Halo? I put Halo 3 as an S tier game.
But you wouldn't put the most current Halo.
S-tier.
The most recent Halo, I'd probably put it at a B or an A.
It's like so.
Dude, top tier shooter.
Says Halo 1 is top tier.
I'm gonna be honest. Halo 1. Okay, Halo 1 is. Same thing with a lot of old school Nintendo games. People like it because because they didn't have friends and that's what they had. You know what I mean? It's nostalgia. It's nostalgia. You didn't have a friend and you found it in Halo. You found it in Pokemon. Those games. I'm so upset that games like that, companies like Nintendo, they put out the same reskin garbage every year, and they make millions of dollars, and people are like, it's a good game, dude.
Nintendo games are great.
Super Mario Bros. Is top tier though, no cap.
Oh my god, I'm so mad right now, dude. I can't even tell you.
Super Mario Bros. Is an S tier game.
Halo 1 was fun multiplayer, but it's a pain to get through the campaign. Exactly. That game aged like milk. Aged like milk.
But that's one of the games that defined what we know as an FPS today.
Okay, and that's fine. You can respect that, but guess what? That game is a garbage game.
Okay,
now.
But you have to. Okay, by today's standards, you can argue that, yes, but if you put yourself back in time and say, okay, this is what we have to work with. Now, it's still hard to play. Don't get me wrong, because playing something like System Shock is hard for me because the controls are dumb. I mean, it doesn't use proper mouse input. It's just weird.
I'm just saying, if you went and you plugged in a Nintendo 64 and you played any Mario game, you would rather be playing something else. That's all I'm saying. And that's not cap, bro. Because you know what? You're not doing it right now. And
dude, you have the emulators. Let's have the emulators for it.
Are you downloading them? No, because you truly don't really want to play it.
Don't you have the emulators for it?
For which one? What are we talking about?
You're trying to
Mario Nintendo games, old Nintendo games.
I mean, I have a whole OG NES right over here.
It's just if you're trying to capture a time when life was just a little bit better and you didn't have responsibility, and that's where
not at all.
Why can't you give Nintendo some credit, dude? They have some fun games.
They got some fun games. I won't deny that. I'm just mad that they got 5 different games, and that's what they reskin and keep reskinning. And I'm just saying, you played one, you're probably good for the next 7 years.
No.
You could say the same thing about 2K though. 2K is the same game.
I won't disagree. 2K sucks.
2K is the same, literally the same game every single year.
Sports games are garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm not disagreeing with you here.
I mean, I liked Halo 1, honestly. It's hard to get through, but it's because it's it's just a long.
But when you make a tier list, you're talking about what's fun to play right now. I think I could play Halo 3 custom games and have a good time. But I bet even my Halo 3 mentality is a little bit blinded by nostalgia, because that was a time in grade school when
that is top tier.
You know what I like to? You know what I realized? Halo 3 is my favorite game ever. It's because all my friends in grade school were too poor to have Xbox 360s, and I could come home and play, Clips and whoever was in our friend group at that time and play Halo. And it was a good time.
Oh my god, Clips! You were playing with a kid.
That's true,
dude. I mean, I played with a bunch of people, not just Slag. I mean, we played a lot.
We did play a lot together, and look where you're at.
We played a lot together. We played a lot.
Talking to me in a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, look how far we've come.
Slag was the rich kid growing up. That's not true. Just all my other friends' parents were divorced and struggling. So.
God.
Oh, he had a good, founding family.
Yeah, I remember
parents who loved them.
Isn't it? It was weird to, I don't know about you guys, to evaluate life when all my friends, literally every single one of my friends, their parents got divorced, and I just thought that was so fascinating, and it actually put a fear in my head that oh my gosh, what if my parents get divorced, And it actually became a fear in my head. So anytime my mom and dad had any type of fight, you started.
Here it comes.
Here what comes?
Yeah, the divorce.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I would be.
Did you ever have that worry, Zach?
My parents splitting up or something?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, that was a fear of mine. I didn't. There was no threat of it at all, but.
Yeah.
It was just
are your wife's parents still together?
No.
Yeah, and isn't that crazy? Me, me and Alicia are very lucky. We both have parents that stayed together, and I just I cannot fathom what it would be like to live in a home that's split up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so.
But divorce is more common now, even
than
before, right?
it's just a thing that so many people
You
it's
don't
so
get-
normal to them, and I have no idea
I
what that's
think
like.
people right now marry for love rather than for longevity, if that makes sense. Than to make a life. They marry in the moment.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Knowing that they can get out of it later if they want to.
I also think, I mean, it's easy to be. I mean, even think about when you had like a crush on someone, like,
A
isn't
crush,
it?
crush.
Yeah, like a crush, you know. But, but just thinking about how easy it is to get blind by emotions. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
just it's so
So
hard.
is that a fear of yours that happening in your current relationship?
With me and Alicia? Not necessarily at this moment. I'm very happy. I'm very happily married right now. But there are times where I'm like, you can't have a fear where, because I got married at 21, and it's like you
hear about all the horror stories of
right.
like young, yeah.
It sucks hearing that and getting no positive support. Literally, my pharmacist told me, he's like, "Yeah, I got married at 21, then we got divorced at 25," and I was like,
Yeah,
he's getting remarried now. But just hearing that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
you're like, what? And he didn't even know
Dude.
about how long I've been married or anything.
I was
You
like, I
can't-
was told like, why so young? Why did you get married so young? Like, who says that to a person?
I think I got married young, and this is.
Did I say that to you?
Not you, no.
No, but
I think I was like happy for you.
No, not you. This is like just people, like just people I've talked to over the years. Yeah,
I think
not you.
You also get, when you're in a relationship for so long with someone, that person becomes like part of your personality. You know what I mean?
I've never asked you this, but for both of you, did you guys get married after years of dating, or like quick?
Me and Alicia had dated for 2.5 years when we got married.
Okay, that's fair. Zach?
That was about the same.
Yeah. It wasn't rushed or anything. I wouldn't consider that rushed.
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think that's rushed.
Because there's
people who go way longer, but
yeah, my parents both dated my parents dated 5 years before they got married. So that seemed like a long time to me. But
yeah,
I think the thing is when I talk about being jealous of people's certainty in their career, I had a certainty in a relationship with Alicia that I couldn't find in how I wanted to live my life. Like I couldn't find a relationship with a subject. So I found a relationship with the person, and it was the most definite thing I had. So why not confirm that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I had no passion or pride in doing anything work related, right? But the most pride and passion I had was in a relationship with her. So why not?
All right, I'm gonna need for you someone to clip that and send that to her. Someone clip that and send that to his wife. Because that was beautiful.
It's just
that was beautiful.
It's true that, like, because I think about it, and I got married young because when someone had that click of I want to be a nurse at the same age, I had the same click with trying to be married. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
my happiness was in that and not in doing something.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Cool. I always think, and you know, and what sometimes I think it's like, if I would have let myself develop longer, would I have found that before getting married? And then I think about it, I'm like, probably not, because if I didn't care about it then, I don't care about it now. Really, am I gonna ever start caring about it? And it's just one of those things where I think certain people find it in certain other places. Because I know, Clips, you said like having kids is that's a big part of your purpose, right? Like, you would think, right? You found a lot of happiness in that because you grew up with there's a lot of kids in you have a lot of brothers.
3 brothers, 1 sister.
Yeah. So I mean, that's quite a few kids to grow up with. So I mean, and that's you enjoyed that overall. So.
He's missing one more actually in his kids. Make it 5. What? Right? You're missing one more kid to make it 5.
Yeah,
that's true.
I guess what I mean.
Hey man, go for the whole team.
When you hit 40,
no, we're good.
On the ocean. And I think I just came to the reality that no matter what I do, if it's not something like streaming or doing some type of comedy thing, making people laugh, everything else, regardless of how much money I make, is still just gonna be a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at some point I realized, why put the work and effort of like college and school to do something that's gonna end up being a job? You know what I mean? That's gonna be that. And I get why people are like, I'm gonna do this and make my money how I need to make it, but I didn't have any of will to do that, because when you're looking at something as just a job and not something you have to do, that thing is not fun.
Important.
Fun or important. And why would I put myself through that?
Yeah. I
mean, but I think like if you have an expectation of life, it also changes your mentality, right? Like you have a type of house that you want to buy.
There's people
who... how many kids you want to have, right? Not to buy your kids.
And that
how many kids you want to have?
Not to
what kind of lifestyle you want to give them?
The basic lifestyle and dream. I have plenty of friends who went to college, finished it out, and got decent jobs, and I'm sure they're doing fine. But if I would have done the same thing, I would have been depressed.
It's not for you.
I wouldn't have been happy. And
but
there's like a stigma around that though, because like
I think
people think that you're not successful or whatever.
I'm like doing fine.
I don't know.
I think it also depends, right? On like if that's the life you chose and you're happy, then it should be fine. But I think it should be the life you choose, right? Not the life that it's that you're told, or expected to do, right?
Yeah.
I still think Schlack should go to a stand-up comedy bar or whatever, right? And like put himself out there. I think he would do great.
Do it.
Man,
do it.
You guys keep saying this, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh man,
on your own time.
My friends are just kind of telling me to do it. You know what I mean? Like
it's like the people who tell their friend they can sing and then they try out for American Idol.
And they're bad. They're bad. And I try to surround myself with honest enough people. And I think
I'm being honest when I tell you that I find you funny.
I'm being genuine as well.
I appreciate it. And it's the thing is like, how funny am I compared to others? Is there always someone funnier than me? And I think it's always fair to say someone.
Okay, do you work on your craft?
Being funny? There's, I'm not.
Because I mean, comedians write jokes, right? They come up with material.
I guess because I don't like write material, do stand up because I don't necessarily have that plan yet. I've written stuff down and thought about doing stand up before, and but like I think even when I say something that maybe was a joke to my friends and it didn't land the way I wanted it to, I go back and rethink how to do that to where it would land better next time.
Yeah.
But it's like,
well, maybe that should be a project, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But
give yourself like a task, and not like something like, not a timeline, but like, can I come up with 3 jokes?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I think if I really do want to do what I love, which is making people laugh, I would need.
What's like an average like set number of jokes per show? Like, what would that look like? I don't know,
because I think when you first start, you do like maybe a minute to 2 minutes on stage.
And I also think you would be good at working the crowd, so that would also add there,
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, improv, like crowd stuff is great, hilarious.
Yeah, it can,
especially if you're quick.
There's yeah, I don't know, because I think I'm a responsive person sometimes when I make something funny. I don't know if I could
write a joke.
Man, it's so hard. Like when people plan a funny sketch, you know what I mean? That's different than people who are witty, So
well, you also, I mean, you watch comedy, right?
Like stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sometimes watch it.
So, I mean, do you ever watch it with the intention of learning? Because people like comedians listen to other comedians to like try to learn, right? See
what they do. Listen, and I do like think about like, I wonder how we got to that point. Because you don't get to see the beginning of a joke, you always get to see the polished product when you watch like specials and stuff.
And don't comedians say that like they like before they go on like the one that they actually put out on videotape, they performed it at like 100 different places, right? Before they actually got to the polished version.
And that's what I think the terrifying thing about me not trying to do stand up is like, it seems like every comedian says when you first start, it kind of sucks no matter what you do, right? Because you kind of set to get out there and just suck, and and that's the thing too. And you hear comedians talk about getting on like Conan and stuff, and they say they kind of hate that. They just do it to get some recognition,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's
Hey man, I just want to say this for just in case something happens in the future, and you make it, I support you.
There it is.
Thanks.
The confirmation.
Just take me to the top,
That's
okay?
what I needed. Oh my gosh, I think
No, I just
I
want you to know that I support you, so that whenever I come and ask you for a favor, you won't say no.
And there's almost a depressing thing. I guess it'd be less depressing if I did it now, but there's almost a depressing thing about going to an open mic and trying to do comedy. I guess it's where you have to start, but something about that is kind of sad to me.
I think it's just been made to look like that, though.
Yeah,
I don't
putting
think
yourself out there.
Man,
I would say,
it's
you
so
could
hard
always
to put yourself out there, and at some point you have to swallow your pride, and that's what sucks.
I think
right?
I also think you should go in with something that will go viral, so that your wife can put it up on YouTube. And
my wife, okay.
Your wife is gonna be there filming you, right?
Oh
so
yeah,
you can put it up on YouTube.
I don't know. I might be more self-conscious if Alicia's in the crowd.
Dude, that's how I am too. That's how I am too.
I need to be loosey goosey if I go up, So,
yeah. Okay.
Play that clip in the documentary. Yeah, exactly.
Step out for a second.
The story of Slack.
Yeah, I'll just be right back.
Okay.
I gotta run upstairs real quick.
Oh, he's gotta change the diaper.
No,
diaper.
No. Okay, yeah.
If this is the end of the podcast, because you're leaving, by the way.
It's not.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this.
You guys should make a Would You Rather segment where each of you bring a really well thought out question. Like a Would You Rather, but like it's actually...
Well, I actually had a question.
Okay.
That I was going to ask you. If you could go into either the Star Wars universe, Lord of the Rings universe, or Harry Potter universe, which one would you pick? However, though, when you're joining from the start of the story without knowing what's going to happen. You have no knowledge, right? You have no idea who the characters are. So you could make friends with the villains, the heroes, whatever, right?
Okay, so I'm unaware.
Your character will have to be part of the main story, however. So you will be involved in the main conflict.
Man,
Which universe would you pick?
And that's what I said.
I could die.
Yeah.
Which universe would you pick? And why?
Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, or Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Okay, so let me break it down here. Lord of the Rings seems like a more vicious world to live in, right? I'd be pissed off if I had to watch Schlag in Harry Potter. Oh man. So Star Wars is, out of those three, Star Wars is what I'm the biggest fan of. Oh man, but I'm a main character, huh? Oh god.
Right.
Those odds aren't good. Lord of the Rings seems like a vicious world to live in. Oh man. How many main characters die in that show though? Or in that movie?
I mean, it'll still be you who goes into the your mind. It'll still be the mind that you have now that will go into it, right? You're just unaware of the world.
Man, Harry Potter would be the tamest. I think I get I could get away. I think wizards have to run the least too, which would help me out. That's the problem. Both the other two ones, I gotta run a little bit, and if I'm a main character, no one looks at me, and it's like, oh, that's the hero. You know what I mean? I would have to be like either the annoying one that everyone roots for to die, or the comedic relief that everyone still hopes dies. So I think. Okay, to be honest with you, I think Harry Potter, just because I think that's my best chance of surviving. So, that's where I'm going to stand.
That's what I chose too.
Based on your personality, where do you think you would end up at the end of the story?
it'd be an ending scene where like I'm like waving my wand around and I'm like poopatotonus and I do it and I'm like, what the heck? It's like it was supposed to bring bread on the plate and then my pants are gone and it's like that's the joke. My pants are gone because I'm the silly guy and I'm like, oh no, and I'm like embarrassed and all the kids in the hall are like laughing at me as I run away with no pants on. So yeah, that would be how my story ends in Harry Potter.
You're the funny one.
Now there are, I will say for both of you here though, it's interesting because there are a lack of darker skinned minorities in both of them, and all three of these actually. There's actually more aliens in Star Wars than black people. So
I would go into
Lord of the Rings. That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
I would go into Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Dude,
that's a brave one.
The one where you have the high, probably. Well, Star Wars, you probably have a higher chance of dying. You know.
All right. Okay. So, who did the human in their group survive? It was like an elf, a human.
A lot of them probably died, though.
That's really good when you know the movie, right? Like, have you watched Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I have watched all three, but I don't remember his name. Human. What was his name?
Human.
Aragorn lived, but the other human died.
Okay, so
that's a 50% already.
I would survive. You know, I'd make sure that I stay close to him, seeing that he survived and the other guy did.
Hey, you say what you want, but the moment I step on a rock wrong, I'm done. You know, like, what if I twist my ankle during all that walking in that movie? But Aragorn was the literal king of men, so you would have to be the king of men to be living.
What about you, Zachary? You said Harry Potter too, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, both of you would be in there.
Regular people didn't die in Harry Potter.
Oh, we could be the dual comedy relief in the movie. Yeah. We're like the ones always get in trouble in class because we're doing dumb magic. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I always wanted me and Clips to make a buddy cop film. That'd be a good. I would watch that movie with me and Clips at a buddy cop film.
How would we pose? Like, you know, just like back to back.
Yeah. What would our movie poster be? Oh man. You know what? All three of us could do a buddy cop movie.
Flag would be on his knees.
Okay.
I don't like where you're going with this because you wrote fan fiction about us before. So.
Do you still have the fan fiction, by the way?
Pose lips to lips.
It's been thrown out.
Okay, good. Did you burn it?
No.
You need to bury that and bless it by a priest or something.
What was it? and weren't you two locked in a bathroom at one point?
Yeah,
dude, it's your story, dude. I don't know.
So this is the story you painted. Me, I'm on a trip. Both our wives are present, by the way. We're at Clips's house, and then Clips pins me down in the bathroom, and then does naughty things to me while our wives are asleep in a different room. And the problem there's so many things wrong with this incident where it's like you also had to include them. It's in Clips's house, so his children are there, and I'm being pinned down in the bathroom floor. I'm also upset that you made me the bottom. That's another problem I had. But
you know,
Clips was aggressive with me in your writing, by the way. It wasn't. He was not making love to me. It was pure horniness coming at me.
Well, that's Clips for you. You know, he's a.
No, I was just upset that I was in it to begin with. You know, because I just felt like, you know, I don't know. It was just. I mean, I feel like you made a lot of right moves with it. You know, it's just, you know, I just didn't want to be in it.
Fan fiction appreciated, just not the protagonist.
You could have changed the names, you know.
Yeah, you could have at least. Yeah, it was Jacob, and Zach, and something about Zach doing those things to Jacob, and you might have actually called me. I don't know if you called me Jacob or not, but I don't know. Listen,
I think I did.
All right, I'm an aggressive person.
God, that's the thing. Is like it just seems so reversed. You know what I mean? Like
passionate men.
Oh God.
Oh man.
That's funny.
And the other thing that is wild to me is you wrote this on paper with a pen.
Yeah.
It wasn't like on a document. You carried this on a notebook in your home for anyone to accidentally maybe
Dude,
see.
he took the thing to work.
Yeah,
It was at his job.
He did it, yeah. And then you send pictures of it in our into the Discord while you're at work writing your fan fiction of the two people you know. Like,
it was a slow day at work.
I just like everything about it is so like wild to think that you just did that. You know,
it's like us sitting down on a computer and watching and reviewing porn together. Things happen.
That didn't happen.
That never happened.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. All I'm saying.
I don't know where this is coming from.
You remember the dude sleepwalking and he had like the sheet hanging off his boner?
Fucking that.
You guys remember that?
10 out of 10 performance, though. 10 out of 10 performance.
The way to get him to stop sleepwalking was the stepmom to suck him off. And remember when it was happening and he looked at the camera and he did a look. He's like, no. You remember that?
I don't recall any of this information, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh, dude. And then, the cherry on top, Clips' wife's coming in while it's happening too. And then asking if D-Slap was a homosexual because of it. Oh,
Wouldn't we all three be homosexuals if that was the case?
Yeah, but you were the instigator, so therefore that made you, in her eyes, that made you the gayer one. So.
Man. So anyway,
talk about digging yourself out of a rut. Like,
so Australia or whatever.
Oh my god.
One time.
That's hard to That's a hard transaction to get out of.
It's a hard right. We're doing a U-turn right now.
Hard right turn. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
What's the other one that I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah,
the Tony Hawk blood thing.
Yeah, you guys saw Tony Hawk selling blood with his skateboards. I saw
like a brief thing about it. What was it? What was that about?
You remember when with Lil Nas X or whatever, he was selling the shoes with his blood in it. Remember the reaction that he got?
Yeah.
And so people were comparing that to recently, Tony Hawk was selling skateboards with his blood, like on them, like it was mixed in with ink and painted at the bottom, right? And he was selling that, and people were like happy about that or like excited to buy that. But then he wasn't crucified like Lil Nas X.
Honestly, I don't agree with either one. So I mean,
I think putting blood in your products is a very weird thing to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I almost like Lil Nas X doing that makes more sense to me, but Tony Hawk doing it is kind of weird. Even though Tony Hawk does the thing that draws more blood, it just seems like a weird thing for Tony Hawk to do at this point in his life.
Yeah.
Well, it was mixed in with paint, and it was used to paint skateboards, right? I mean,
well, what is the purpose?
If that blood was from his X Games gold medal from 1998, okay, maybe I could see something. But
I mean, people have like this idea, right, where they believe certain things can bring them luck. I don't know. They like to have. Now it's like, especially in sports, right? People like, I don't know, they'll wear certain socks for a game or something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that with like, a skateboard that has Tony Hawk blood in it, right? Maybe it'll make me better.
I guess people can do what they want. I think it's stupid either way. I wouldn't buy a keyboard with Shroud's blood in it. Oh, you know what? It'd be interesting though, huh? But yeah, it's just kind of
if it's like inside the keycap, but it's like, RGB and like you can kind of see the blood through the light.
Sure,
that'd be kind of cool though.
It's just an interesting thing to do during a pandemic.
Well,
so how do you feel about like couples who do like the blood pendants, like have each other's blood on a necklace?
It's weird. There's something insecure going on there. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I knew these people on Xbox. This chick, she was like in her 40s at the time. This is like 10 years ago. so she's probably like 50 something now. Anyway, and this other kid who was like maybe 20 something.
Ooh.
They both lived in two separate states, very far away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
They had an internet relationship. She was like a nurse or something, but they sent each other vials of each other's blood and wore them. And this chick was, I think, also married at the time as well.
Oh my god!
It was weird.
Man, I wish I could have been there for that show. That's stuff that's like you wish you could re-experience it at my age now. But I bet as a child,
nah, dude,
like, yeah, that's no big deal. You know, like
that lady was probably like not even taking him seriously. You know,
my love for you is as thick as my blood. Man, that's weird. Oh,
that's
so
weird. Yeah.
Oh, there's just so much unhealthiness in that in so many ways.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about that. Like,
there have been worse things though.
I still have her as a friend on Xbox.
There's something just so depressing.
Would you guys get a tattoo of your significant other in a visible place?
No, I wouldn't, because I think so. I don't like tattoos of faces anyway, like of anyone.
What about her name?
Even still, I don't know. It just like
I feel like it's a stigma with that.
It's almost you're trying really hard to like. People who do that don't have the right values in the right places in their relationship, probably.
I don't even have any tattoos because I'm undecisive. So
it's just it's not even so much about not, because I don't think I'll ever me and Alicia will ever divorce, but it's more about like it's just such a weird way to show your love. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's not that good of a way to do it.
Agree.
What about you, D-Slap?
Yeah, man. Would you ever get your?
I can't relate right now, man. But no.
Would you ever get your right hand tattooed on your?
I want a tattoo, but I'm like Cliff's, undecisive on what to get.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting a tattoo, but man, it's not just that. It's the mixture of indecisiveness, and then you got to go through the work of finding an artist, and then you got to pay lots of money, and then you got to sit through a session that probably takes too long.
Yeah.
And then
and
sometimes if you want something that looks really cool, you got to go back again and do it another session.
Yeah, that's my thing, right? If I'm gonna get a tattoo, I wouldn't go with a cheap artist. Cheap art. I would have to go with someone that's really good.
And I just don't get why they get tipped. You know what I mean? Like, what was?
Do they get tipped?
Yeah,
they get tipped.
Yeah, people tip.
But you're already paying for it.
That's what I'm saying. What are you getting paid for? Why are you getting a tip?
Dude, I'm not tipping. I'm like, okay, here we go, and I leave.
I just hope it's not a 2-part session for you.
What's the service here? Like, is it because you didn't talk to me?
All right, so I have like this thing, right? So my barber right now, currently, he used to work at a barber shop, and she rented.
That's the dumbest sentence ever.
Sorry, no, well, okay. She used to work at a barber shop where she rent. I wasn't done with my thing. She used to work at a barber shop where she rented her chair, right, or whatever. Actually, no. He didn't rent the chair.
Casting couch.
They took half the money. So the price of the haircut was $30, and so she would get 15 from that, and whatever tip she got, right? So I always tipped it there.
Well,
after the pandemic, she started renting from this guy, and she opened like a small place, right? So she technically owns that. She doesn't rent it, or she gets the whole thing. When I pay her $30, she keeps the whole $30. But I still find it weird not to tip, so I always tip. Should I not tip, or should I keep tipping?
I don't know.
Have I gotten her used to that?
Yeah. My wife always tells me to tip every time. I went to like a salon lady like a month ago, and I tip, but the total bill, I might have told you guys, it's like 100 and
Jesus,
I think 100. I think total with tip was like 187. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also,
what
I mean, she like washed my hair and like cut some stuff, and yeah, she just did some stuff. I don't know. I
Okay,
mean,
okay. What about this? Do you guys tip whenever you pick up
I
orders
just feel
from
like I
like?
shouldn't have tipped her.
Do I
Do
tip
you,
what?
do you guys
Pickup orders?
pick up orders from sit down
No,
restaurants?
no, I don't tip.
Yeah, I'm not tipping
I-
when I come there and pick it up and leave.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
not tipping.
I don't tip at like McDonald's or like Subway or whatever. But if I go to a sit
Like
down
Chili's or
restaurant,
something.
Yeah.
no, well, kind of, but not even that. Like like I don't know, like a sit down place, like
Applebee's.
Emma's, Gringos, that kind of place, right? Where if I was sitting down, I would
I'm a
tip.
gringo.
Well,
I
yeah,
went to
if you,
Gringos. Well,
Me?
okay. If I do pick up order, dude, I'm not tipping the same amount, but I always tip like $5.
no, I'm not
$4,
tipping at all.
depending
for a
on the
pickup
amount.
order?
Dude, yeah.
No.
Because okay, both of my brothers worked as waiters, and they said that majority of people on pickup orders they tip.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy to be in the minority on this one, and I won't tip you if I'm driving to your location and picking up myself. Hey, if you bring it out to my car, maybe we'll talk about it. But other than that, no, you're getting nothing. If I tip you, you better go to the fountain and get me a drink and bring it, and I'm gonna drink it there and give it back to you, and then I'll tip, okay? But
All right,
if I'm just going in and picking up an order, we're done after that point.
right.
Who am I tipping?
Okay, at a sit down restaurant, do you like do the math for the tip, or do you just tip whatever you feel comfortable with?
I mean, if I have like a $5 bill, I'll leave that usually, or sometimes I'll do the math. It just
For
depends.
yourself or for you and your wife?
I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do math. She does it.
What's usually?
I
what's
just
like
hand her
the-
my
what's like the
card
standard-
and
Is the
she does
standard
it.
20%? Is that right?
It's
I thought
the
it was
standard
like
is
15.
no,
I
it's
think it-
18
Or
to
18.
20%. 18 to 20% depending on the service.
I usually do at
Okay.
least 20%. Even if the service was bad, I'll do 20%. But sometimes if it's good, I'll like give extra to round it off the dollar, basically. So
Now, in regards to tipping, you know how like it's not normal outside the U.S. like it is here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Can we
guys
adopt that?
would it would just like have to be a thing where places like that pay their people enough to survive, right? But what is it?
I don't know.
Can restaurants afford to pay their employees a livable wage without tips?
at
I don't
that,
know.
so I think
Economics.
the difference here is like is the value of a waiter as much as like what they should get paid. Kind of like the thing I think with waiters is their job, it can be done by a lot of people. It's kind of like the idea of if they don't do it for that price, someone eventually will. You know what I mean? That's usually how that kind of thing goes, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Not so
are you
much-
worth $7.50 an hour versus
Yeah.
the 20 cents we pay you right now?
Yeah. Or like
Yeah.
at those super fancy restaurants, right? Where like if you get like a $10,000 tab, you live a $2,000 tip.
What if restaurants adopted like a commission-based like payment thing?
There's
like,
some people who are waiters and waitresses that deserve much more than their colleagues do. You know what I mean? So that's
I agree.
Dude, some of them hustle, yeah.
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 That's
I get
true. Some of the some really try. You know what I mean? They try to get that tip.
They're super nice, yeah.
I hate going to like especially like a Mexican restaurant or even a restaurant like my drink gets really low and it takes minutes for them to come check or like
Okay.
the bread basket or the chip.
Are you guys
basket,
the type to send food back when it's like
I've never done it
not
once.
yeah, I've never done it
The
either.
food could actually be hot garbage, and I would still eat it.
Yeah, I would.
No, it depends on how badly messed up it is, but I won't like I will ask it for like if it's something is missing or something is wrong, I will ask it for it to be changed.
I mean, if I'm missing like a side of
But
sour
I
cream
will.
or
But I'm
something, yeah.
always nice about it though, right? Like, I'm never an asshole about it. I'm never like because I don't want. I don't.
Yeah,
I work in customer service.
I don't think I'm in
I
the
wouldn't.
right for what I do. I just think that it's just how I am. So
I work in customer service. So when I do it in like the nicest way possible, and they understand, and they always apologize, and they're like, "We'll get that fixed right out for you." And
I don't
it's
know, dude.
always
I
like
just
a
imagine them
nice.
going back there and just spitting the fat one on there.
Well,
You know?
I mean, it depends, right? It depends. You could always tell the vibe that you have with that waitress, right?
Mhm.
So, or the waiter. But I mean, it depends. Like one time, I went back to Jack in the Box because they messed up my burgers. Like they really messed them up, and the lady had a total attitude about it. That I just said, "Give me a refund. I don't want to even eat whatever you're gonna give me because I didn't trust it." But you
yeah,
can always tell the vibe,
it's
right?
always annoying when because there are situations where the person working there is just being annoying or garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I mean that has happened. There's people who genuinely like don't care about the
Should not be in
customer. So.
customer. Dude, some people should not be in customer service, but I
Oh,
mean,
for
it is
sure.
what it is. Flips was great though. I like seeing him with customers. He had a attack,
Out of what?
Hit a what?
attacked,
Oh, what?
and then my boy with the ladies, man. You should have seen the customers.
Oh man.
Ladies lined up.
I don't like the broke.
Right,
But
they were
at
like,
CVS,
they're like,
I get the 50+ women going. You know what I mean?
It's always the 50 plus
dude.
women.
It would always be that one girl who would ask, "Are you single?" I'm like,
Who?
with you.
I don't recall.
You look at that smile though.
I don't remember that.
That one
I
girl,
don't
like,
remember.
are you? It's like, or like they would just like, I don't know, like they would like go to your station, talk to you for a little bit, smile, and walk away. Especially the ones working at Kroger sometimes too. I don't know if you experienced the same thing at Walmart whenever you changed. Did you?
Nah.
I feel like you did.
I
You
do.
had that
I mean,
one
I
girl.
wouldn't say yes or no anyway because I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember.
You just didn't want to remember.
I'm just
Yeah, I don't
excited to
remember.
be 40 to 50 years old myself, and just to find anyone under 30 years old just the best thing ever. You know what I mean? I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that point to where your standards just drop through the floor.
That's how it works, I guess.
Apparently,
Yeah.
that's how these 50-year-old women act. But
You're just
I
so
wear-
handsome. Look at you.
what
Look
did
at your smile.
Yo, you are handsome though.
I
Both of you
get?
are so
I
cute.
get pretty eyes a lot is what I get, or nice
Dude,
eyes.
You got nice cheeks, man. No cap.
Me?
Yeah.
I got rosy cheeks. At work though, I do wear I wear a mask at work. I wear a bandana though, so they like that, give them that cowboy charm they need.
Yeah.
Well,
that cowboy charm.
yeah, that's totally your vibe. Not a city boy at all.
I wear a blue bandana. I'm still waiting for my Crips to pull up and throw one up for me. You know what I'm saying? But
you should not wear that blue bandana because one of these days
Hey.
the wrong person's gonna walk in and say something.
No,
Put it out.
dude, no one's actually. You're in a pharmacy. No one's actually gonna say anything to
I
you.
would love to see like if someone actually approached a pharmacy worker, about their blue bandana being gang opposition. I think I'd be like, please just kill me now. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
So how did he die again? Oh, he was wearing a blue bandana at the pharmacy.
He wear a blue bandana at the pharmacy. No, you know what? I wear
They
it
rolled
because,
up on him at the window.
dude, I don't know about you guys. The mask, like regular surgical mask, they destroy my ears really bad, and I get like a really bad headache when I wear them for a whole shift.
Do you have what size do you have? Because they do make. I mean,
any size
brands.
Any type that I've ever worn, I have a hard time with it. It just even sitting on my ear, it hurts it.
You might have an elastic allergy. Do you? Maybe, possibly.
I guess there could be a chance. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
But it hurts so bad, and I get a really bad headache. So I start wearing a bandana because I can just tie it to my head at least. But it's also the surgical mask with my beard is also kind of awkward. So
can I just say this episode of Variety Pack Podcast? I actually personally think it's the best one. I like the interaction.
That's been a good podcast. You get bumps on the back of your ears. Yeah.
Are we ending it?
Even Zach has been talking more than you.
I feel like I talked the least amount this time. Did you guys are going on?
I've gotten fired up multiple times, so.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're the star of the show, man. You know, you're the main man.
Yeah, you are.
No, you guys are the stars. We're all the stars, guys.
We're all the stars.
But
except the main man, D-Slap.
I think I look ridiculous wearing a bandana, but man, it's so much more comfortable that I can't pass it up. But I don't wear it on my face when I'm not dealing with customers. So only when I'm face to face with customers do I actually like pull it up. So.
Now, what are the actual numbers of preventativeness for with like masks and versus like a bandana or something, some other material?
So man, I don't know. I would say probably the mask is technically better, but how much better can it be?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I would say probably the mask would be more protective for me, and then the bandana is probably close to the same protectiveness of like outgoing.
Okay, so the K95 to the like the blue mask, right? Those like nurse looking.
That's the N95 ones. Which one are you talking about?
The K95, right? That's the one that were recommended at the start, right? K95.
Oh, okay.
I thought they were N1s or something like that.
All right, or something like that.
You know, it don't matter.
Okay,
K95 is the keyboard.
That's right.
Actually, that's true.
All right,
that's so funny. Right. Could you? Someone's wearing a keyboard on their face.
All right, not the K95. What is it? The N91?
Something like that. Something.
Whatever. Man.
Just your standard blue.
No, not the standard blue.
Oh, okay.
They're not the same. They're not the same.
Oh, hold on. N1. Is it N1? N1 Max. Let's see.
M95 is the one with the little filter on it. I know that.
Yeah, N95. N95.
N95. Okay.
N95.
N, not K95. All right. The N95 versus the regular blue mask. That does a difference, right? Look up the difference in protection.
I thought so. You know what sucks the most is just how inconsistent the CDC has been during this whole thing of what's best and what's not. Because then at one point, the mask with like the little filter on it, people were saying that was worse because then you're blowing out all the bad stuff.
Yeah, it was better. It was worse.
It's just like nothing is consistent. So. I just don't know, like, me wearing the bandana versus one of those, like, what that difference is technically.
All right, there we go.
Is that a message?
Yeah, he sent it.
Oh my god.
So
sweet.
Go ahead and read it, or
Okay.
Clips, you brought it up, so read it.
You surgical mask, STM certified and FDA approved for surgery. N95 respirator, NIOSH evaluated, tested, and approved. Fluid resistant and provides protection against large droplets, splashes, and body fluids. Reduces exposure to large droplets and small aerosol. I feel I'll keep reading it. Tight fitting, loose fitting, unreliable filtration protection against smaller airborne. Must filter a minimum 95% airborne particles against smaller airborne molecules. Minimal leakage when properly fitted and worn. Leakage during inhalation through masks edges. So it almost sounds like the surgical mask. Well, I mean the N95. But the problem is that filter on those, right? When they do have that. But I'd say the N95 is more for protecting yourself than the others, right?
Well, I mean that way it protects the others too. There's no leakage.
Yeah, these bullet points are a little weird.
Yeah, this is probably not the best one I could have found, but
oh, Comelius Maximus Cornwallis is playing Slapshot. But
nice.
It's honestly, I just feel like if you're putting something on, I feel like people who are wearing something shouldn't be criticized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this weird man.
There we go. Something else.
Oh, is there something else? Hang on.
Homemade.
Oh my god. Okay. Homemade mask or paper mask. Who should wear it? General public. When a person can't perform social distancing, scarves and bandanas can be used if necessary. Cloth masks should be washed after each use. Don't wear damp or when wet from spit or mucus.
After each use, dude, I wear my cloth mask for a week before I wash it.
I wash my bandana, so I wear it once and then wash it. So I have two bandanas. I have 2 work uniforms and 2 bandanas, and I wash them together.
Dude, I'm lazy.
I get it.
Surgical mask. Because I'm a sweaty boy, you know. Healthcare workers, patients in healthcare settings. That's another thing. Is well, technically, I am a healthcare worker, so we'll just ignore that.
You're
part.
an essential worker.
Essential and healthcare is different, dude. healthcare worker and essential worker are different, but I shower 8 times a day. That's
true.
I shower twice a day.
Nah, dude, you shower like 8 times.
2 times
you take
a day.
bath.
Sometimes I take a bath and then shower after. You're right,
dude. You don't wash your hair that often, though. Right?
I shower. Yep, I wash my hair 2 times a day.
Is your hair that oily or off that dry?
This dude is just a freaking like.
I like to be clean. Freak. I don't like it when I have a smell I don't like. I don't like it.
Okay, wait. So, would you be the type of person to use a bidet?
Yep,
I would.
Of course, dude. I would.
I don't know. I'd try it. I feel like there'd be a lot of backsplash.
Oh well, you wipe standing up, so I don't know.
Let me ask you guys. Are you guys still using toilet paper, or have y'all moved on to wipes?
I'm not.
It's a combination of the two.
I don't use wipes because aren't they like? You're not supposed to flush them first off, and then
I found flushable once. I
hear even when they say flushable, it's not true. So I don't know.
I looked at reviews for some of them that had that. They said flushable, but then people were complaining. But I found ones that said flushable, and I didn't find any complaints in the reviews. So I went with those. I haven't had issues. I mean, I still use a combination. Don't get me wrong, but man, let me tell you, wipes are something else.
I don't know.
Wipes are.
I don't like having a wet butt.
Dude, that's why you use a combination of the two.
I think I'm fine with just toilet paper. You don't think you'd like a bidet? I don't know.
It's understandable.
I wouldn't turn it down. You know what I mean? I try it. I haven't tried one before, but
yeah, no, I'm honestly scared to try it, dude. Like,
the only thing is if people came over
water pressure are we dealing with here? You know,
dude, I turn it all the way up. I tried.
Like how do you? Yeah, like how do you test that before? Like you just let it spray?
I would try to. I would turn that all the way up and just see what I can do. You know what I mean? I want to be lifting. I want to be. I want to start. I want to start lifting a little bit off the seat as it pressurizes me. I want to look like those 1960s protests where they spraying the people down, and that's what I want to do off the toilet. But I splash the shower on my bottle after each.
I mean, I guess that works. Gets the job done, I guess.
My thing is I'd have to wipe. I'd still have to do like one. My problem is what if people came to my house and then used my bidet? I don't want them to use my bidet.
I mean, they're technically not touching anything of yours, though. You know, it's just
that's fine. I just if I heard it going off, I'd be like, I get narrow-eyed about it. So just gonna let that 1960s people comment slide on by.
If you have a toilet and a bidet that are separate, are you supposed to stand up after you're done with the toilet and move over to the bidet to get clean? Because that's kind of messy.
Wait, say that again. Hang on.
Wait, I thought it was like a combination thing.
Say that again. Say that one more time.
So, because bidets technically don't have to be the toilet, right? They can be a separate item.
No, they're usually in the toilet.
But they can be separate.
No,
I don't know. I don't have. I've never even seen one. So
I've never heard of that where it's not inside the toilet.
Well, let's see.
If it's outside the toilet, that's a shower. No one puts. What do you mean? What? I just don't. Where would the bidet? If it's not in the toilet, is it on the wall? And you just wait. Hang on. There's so much wrong with what you're saying.
Dude,
the point is,
you know what's next level?
The poopy is supposed to go in the toilet.
Dude, my wife's dad built. He's like a carpenter or whatever, like home dude or whatever.
Yeah.
He put a urinal in his bathroom, dude. Like that's
baller.
That's baller.
Yeah. Do we put a drain on the floor? That's what I'm saying. If you're getting sprayed, the excess has to go somewhere.
Just stomp it down the drain.
Waffle stomp it. But that's what I'm saying. That's the only way. Because It'd have to be in the toilet to be a bidet. Because the excess has to go somewhere.
No, I know what you're saying. Let me see.
I think you bidet and then you do a wipe, right? That's normally, I think.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're just leaving just straight up just wet, you know, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, right? This is a toilet bidet.
I'm interested in what this picture is going to be.
So one of them is the toilet and the other one is the bidet.
Hold up.
Okay,
this is the awful picture.
Here.
I hate.
I mean,
what in the?
I don't know.
So this is interesting. Well, I mean, but there's a bowl for you to put your excess in. I guess as long as this is the thing.
But that's what I mean. This
is a lot of extra money and space to not.
Isn't moving over kind of like, you know, like you're still kind of like, I would rather clean my stuff and then just
Is this an American thing though, or is this like, because like
I've never heard of this.
Overseas, they have two separate taps for, or well, two separate things for like hot water and cold water, like, so I don't know.
Oh, that's true too. What if I turned my bidet on and it was too cold?
Oh yeah, are they warmed?
I think
that's actually.
I think they come. I think they make them where their warm water comes out. So.
Dude, I mean, I've never experienced like a heated toilet seat. That must be. Like,
I might find my new fetish if I, you know, that water hits just right. You know, I'm just saying, like, I might be into it a little too much.
I don't know.
Might be a dangerous direction to go for me. If you've already got a toilet, why not just put the bidet in it? And that's what I'm saying. That's where it should go. It seems like extra space. Maybe I don't know, but it's just. Imagine pooping in something and then standing up and moving over to the next bowl.
Dude, you already stand up anyway, so really this should...
No, okay, shut up, man. It's different because I'm taking care of the problem. Imagine
so you're not gonna sidestep over 2 feet
and sit down to power hose my butt off? I don't know.
Dude, I mean, I don't know.
I stand up, I wipe. Leave me alone. My legs get tired on the toilet. They fall asleep. And I like to stand, get a stretch going. Sometimes I got the TikTok.
I get it.
I'm trying to figure out how that water goes up, though, based on the placement on the bidet.
I don't think it goes up. I think you crouch down into it, and it like.
I think it shoots at an angle, a bit of an angle.
I guess you don't have to be sitting down then, right? You have to kind of like be floating.
I think it comes at like a...
so you have to be floating on top of it, kind of.
So you put... I mean, and think about the water bill, too. Like, you're putting water into flushing... You have to flush the other toilet, the bidet, because you're not going to bidet your butthole off in that bowl and then not flush it down.
I'm sure it's not the same amount of water, though, right? It can't be. But even then, I don't see a way to flush it, though.
There's gotta be a way. There's no way.
No, look at it. There's no
Imagine coming in and you see like a... There's no way that doesn't flush.
Where do you see the flush?
I guess
you only see the little...
Do we need to look up a bidet demonstration on YouTube? I mean, because there's... YouTube probably has some weird stuff, though.
We're not gonna find that is the problem. We're gonna find the traditional bidet, which is in the toilet you already pooped in.
No, this is the traditional bidet.
That's not traditional, dude.
Dude, this is the only kind of bidet I knew about before, like, moving to the US.
You're right. You know what? I guess that's the traditional one then, huh?
All right.
Because
let's look up. All right.
Here, let me for the first time.
And you know what? Burger King is an S-tier restaurant. So.
All right. Look. All right. I just want to point it out.
You're yelling.
Not a toilet. Traditional bidet.
Okay, so it's like a sink. And it's just everything just is... What if you got real solid chunks, though, you know?
All right. Better?
I got some messy poops.
This is the traditional type of bidet. Freestanding bidets are placed next to the regular toilet, and they look like a large loaf thing.
I guess if that's the traditional one, so that must be like the old style one. Then do people still use that?
That's like baller status money.
They
have handles on them. How do you operate this? Do you turn around, turn it on first, and then
you gotta reach back and like
Yeah, that's the thing. Bidets have been a thing in like Asian countries, right? That's like where like they're mostly used. Even I don't know about Europe, but I know Asia.
Short people. But imagine like, and the ones with 2 handles. That means there's a hot and a cold. You'd have to like adjust to your butt. Like, oh, that one's a little too cold.
Yeah.
I'm thinking when I get in the shower and turn the water, I just jump back to let the cold come down. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that experiment with my butthole.
I don't know, man. That
Pretty sure you swallow the nozzle.
You'd have to like, I'd have to turn it on lightly and then like, you know, like do the splash and like get a feel and like, okay, that should be
just
good.
let it warm up.
Pretty sure you swallow the nuzzle with your bow. What if you just like attach to it and just and it fills you up like a water balloon?
God, pretty sure that would probably lead to some problems later on.
I bet you'd have a clean whistle down there though. You know?
Yeah, I guess. So.
nice.
Yeah, what if you did turn it on like too much and just like sprays the wall or something? And then if it's not your house, that's a whole new set of problems.
I'm pretty sure that they were made to work, right? Even a dumb person could figure it out, right? It's fine. You would figure it out after one use.
You think?
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've been used for years, no issues. You could figure it out, okay? It's just strange to us because we didn't grow up.
I think there's a reason why the innovation of it though has changed to be put inside the same toilet that you poop in.
Oh, a handheld bidet sprayer. Okay, I feel like that'd be a little.
That's a
more...
spray bottle. that's a garden hose. Let's not complicate this. That's a garden hose.
Just go outside, man.
Yeah,
Go outside.
poop in the yard and then spray your butt with the garden hose, and that's what you have. You have a handheld bidet. It's so stupid. Or a shower wand. You guys use shower wands? I'm a fan. My problem is like if the shower doesn't detach from the thing, I can't get under my nuts as much as I want to. Am I weird? That's a fair statement, right?
They hang low, right?
Well, I just like my gooch when I get soap on, I want to make sure it's nice and rinsed because if you don't get a good gooch rinsing, then you got sticky nuts later.
That's a
fair point. Fair point.
Thank you.
That area is just.
When you guys shower, I scrub my toes and my feet. Do you guys do that?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some people don't do that. I think Brody told me that he doesn't. But
this is getting closer and closer.
The moment of silence after you mentioned your nuts was amazing.
Hey, it's content.
And I, since I have a very hairy butt, I really have to get in there with the.
Oh God!
I have to get in there with the wand, and I gotta.
Okay, I wouldn't say I get in there with the wand, but you know,
man, I like to take my what's that called? The the scrubby thing. Is that?
Oh,
loofah?
like yeah,
that's called a loofah.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I don't think I'm saying that right.
No, I think it's loofah. Yeah.
Something like that. Either way, whatever that's called, I think that's right. But man, I get in there. You know what I'm saying? I get in there.
No, I get it. I mean, it's rough. You know, it takes a lot of work.
Do you guys use a washcloth or a loofah? Or your hands?
I have a loofah. But I also use a washcloth. I use the washcloth for more like intricate places, and the loofah stuff for mainly for like my back and.
Oh, dude, a loofah feels good on the back.
Yeah, it's like a loofah brush combo. So
ooh,
like,
very nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
You use your hands in body wash. You're an animal,
dude. What?
This guy said he uses his hands in body wash. Do you just squirt it on your hand and then just
rub it?
That does nothing,
dude. When I feel cleaner when I use the loofah because it gets all sudsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I don't really like using washcloth. It's not sudsy enough.
Sexy,
loofah for body and washcloth for face. I actually just take the face soap and rub it on my face.
So, that's what I do too. Nice. And then use my hands for that.
Yeah, I do that too.
When I shave my face, do you guys? I do my nose hairs too. What about you guys? You guys I have to shave my nose hairs.
I have a nose hair trimmer.
Yeah.
My nose hairs get gnarly.
I'm afraid to keep cutting them because, like, you cut it once and it just grows back and
That's
keeps
true,
growing.
but it was getting so bad to the point where it was making me sneeze.
Yeah, I've had that a couple times.
So I had to get in there. What are you gonna say, D-Slap?
I said I only started doing that last year.
Maybe one day you'll hit puberty, and grow hair on your body.
No, dude, it's gonna
I'm bald.
I believe it.
Dude, okay, stop giving me false hopes. I've already.
Dude, I bet you could be a fine twink for a rich gentleman one day.
I'm bald. Okay, born bald.
You got
wait.
bald, probably a bald butt. There you go. That's perfect.
Who doesn't have a bald butt? Are bald butts not natural?
I
feel like
are the two of you. I'm pretty sure the two people talking in the comments that do not have a bald butt.
Okay, like cheeks, right? Your cheeks are bald.
My cheeks are hairy.
Yeah.
What?
My cheeks are hairy.
Why is that surprising?
I wish I could show you my cheeks, D-Slap. You would be surprised. I bet I have more hair on my butt cheeks than you do in your armpits.
Dude, on your cheeks.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's normal.
Oh, dude,
it's not. It's not.
Dude,
it's not.
Dude, that is
Trust me, it's
100%.
not.
I'm not.
That's normal.
From my foot.
No cheek hair. Cheek hair. No. That's not normal.
If we're going from the backside, so from where my foot, my foot, like where my foot meets the leg, there's hair there all the way up to my mid back. Like it is constant.
Yeah, that's not normal, boy.
I think up to my shoulders, actually. I think I got hair right here a little bit, so.
No back hair.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
I have a small amount of back hair.
Caleb, you don't have cheek hair? You're my brother. What the heck?
Dude, that's not natural.
It's so natural, dude. There's so many dudes
I
have
feel like there's
hair.
more people with... Yeah, I feel like there's more people with cheek hair than...
There's very few guys that I hear that don't have some type of butt hair. You don't even have peach fuzz down there? Nothing? You got little hairs? Move the stream to OnlyFans so we can see, please. The back of your body is mostly hairless. Caleb's got some of the hairiest legs I've seen, though. But
I mean, I have hair on my legs, You
can see the hair, like, right here on me. Like,
wait, D-Slap, I don't remember what your arms look like.
We haven't seen D-Slap in years because he doesn't have a camera that works, apparently. He owns 7 broken cameras. I got a bit of a pattern on my chest down to belly. Yeah, I kind of got like I was showing it to you guys. It's like a family tree.
Yeah, I have 2 to 3 hairs in the middle of my chest, and I have like 5 around my nipples.
Do you have armpit hair?
Yeah, I have.
I feel like at this point I have to ask this question.
I have armpit hair, but it's not overwhelming.
Oh,
right?
It's
disgusting. Not like it's not hairy.
I'm the grossest looking human without a shirt on.
I mean, aside from my head, probably my nutsack is the hairiest part of me.
Oh, dude.
Wait, just the sack or?
Hey, how often do you guys shave your pubic hair?
You shave?
I trim it.
Okay, trim. That's a different word.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I keep it. I run a tight ship. You remember the? Okay, let's go back into our past. Do you guys remember the first time? Did you guys ever because I've done it in my past where I've shaved my pubic hair, like used a razor.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the first time you did that? It felt for a while. Yeah, it's like it felt. And when
itchy.
when it starts coming back, you're like,
dude, that's the worst. That's the
worst part. Yeah.
You realize every mistake you've made in life has not been as bad as that one. The moment you have that itch and you're in high school and you're like, oh my god, I made a mistake and I'm gonna have to excuse myself from class to go to the bathroom and itch my nuts. Like, that's crazy. I never thought I'd be here, but here I am. I'm missing important notes in class because I have itchy nuts because I decided to shave. And
we figured out why you didn't have passion for school.
Apparently because I itch nuts. But I did that and I was like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy how dumb you are about sex when you're that age and you have no experience. You're like, I bet every adult who gets sexually active, this is just part of becoming an adult. And then as you realize, like,
not really.
It's like my dad isn't shaving his nuts,
There's dude, no one from back in the day did it.
I gotta say, like, real talk here. My pubic hair is ridiculous. What a sentence! What a sentence to hear. Hair is part of the body.
Dude, that's how I feel.
Well, I gotta keep it trimmed occasionally, you know, but just because it does get bad. Plus, I'm gonna say, like, when I shave it, I get a little more confident about how big it looks, you know.
Hey, that's that optical inch.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the optical inch. You know, it's that picture. Have you seen the picture where the giraffe is in the tree and its neck is kind of out, and then they cut the tree down and its neck looks so big now?
Yeah,
even though it's the same height, it's the same thing.
It just looks bigger.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. You know, I lay out naked. Confident. I lay out naked just cause I'm like, man, that looks pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's a smooth garden snake. You know.
I get it.
Yeah, but and that's why you do it. That's why you do it. You don't think about the itch when you're like, oh, that looks pretty good. It's like, man, I'm having
it for the optical inch.
Yeah, the optical inch, and like I'm holding it in my hand. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. But
yeah, just holding, just petting it with one hand. It's like, Jew.
But yeah.
Welcome to OnlyFans, guys, and another episode of the Variety Pack Podcast. Here with your boys, like that Eclipse 60, and
we've been going for 2.5 hours now.
Yeah, we can end it. I think.
Man, nothing is more disgusting looking at, like, if you haven't taken care of it down there for a while and you turn into like a full body mirror and you just see yourself. Oh God, you just like, I go back to bed sometimes. I go back to bed.
I look pretty good.
I have to like go lay down for a minute and just think about it, and I gotta fight off some depression.
What kind of techniques do you guys use? You know, you guys like
to do
start
what?
out and like move in
to
trim it, you know,
to trim it.
I just kind of start wherever because it's honestly a lot.
I start at the crotch, and then I go down, and then I keep going until
Wait, okay.
Yeah, like,
so wait, you started like the outside of like the hips, or do you start more in the middle?
I start at the hips, so I start.
This is his hand.
Here's how do I?
If I conversation,
man, if I could have a diagram, because you could do a penis diagram, it's easy, but then when you're talking about the crotch, it's harder. So like, like right, you know, like where the waist is, and right under that's where I start, and then I go with the razor. I use an electric one, and I go.
Okay, now when you get to the sack region.
Okay, the sack region. Now, I'm not even kidding.
The delicate parts.
Okay, yeah, so
dude, is your fear? Do you have a fear of nicking?
Oh,
like,
yes.
I did it one time with a razor when I was still, and I about passed out in the shower.
Dude, okay, all right. I had a similar experience.
I got woozy.
Dude, my head spun. I was like, oh God.
I was like, imagine someone finding you in the shower with your bleeding nut sack with you passed on the floor with a razor next to you. What a way to be found and taken to a hospital.
Dude, that would be a horrible way to be
That right
found.
there was enough for me to fight through it. I was like, I can't do it. Not like this. I'm not going to eat at family dinner table with this on my mind. So
how do you guys handle the shaft though? Like, do you guys like hold?
Because like your shaft doesn't really get hairy.
No,
dude, mine has hair all the way like up. So like not all the way up, halfway. my hair goes
on your shaft. You don't have butt hair, but you have hair halfway up your shaft.
Dude, halfway up is a long way, dude.
This must be an uncircumcised problem because I have no idea how this happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, you grab it by the end, and then you just.
And that's a whole other thing, by the way. I have no idea what it's like to have an uncircumcised penis. I don't know what your life is like because
I have skin there, you know, so it's
so
actual
wild to me. That's so wild.
Yeah, it's so since I have skin comes with hair, you know.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Actually, I never thought about that. Wow.
Yeah, that is.
Man, my eyes have been opened to a new light.
Yeah. I have to hold it and like be careful.
When I do my nuts, though,
I've accidentally nicked that part too.
So I kind of like I cup my nuts like this, and this is where my sack is sticking up, and then I just.
Oh
like,
God.
Oh yeah, no, then you just kind of like.
And then
like,
if I'm feeling like I really want to get down like in my gooch and stuff, I'm like lifting the nuts up, and then I'm literally feeling around here. I'm feeling around here, and I'm doing
okay, guys. Thank you for watching an episode.
Yeah, this is when you have to like
of the Variety Pack podcast,
dude. You can't go in blind though, dude. You gotta like tighten the skin, dude. Tighten the skin, and then.
Well, okay, you're right. I do tighten it up, and then I kind of like, and then I take my hand and do a rub check, and I'm like, oh my god. And sometimes it feels like there's hair there always.
Yeah, no matter what you do, yeah. I mean, the folds is what you got to look out for. You know?
Yeah,
it's just
for sure.
Like,
That's where you nick something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what gets you.
And then like my nutsack's too wrinkly.
Podcast, guys. It's been great.
Why are you trying to stop this? This has been one of the best discussion parts so far.
This is a pretty good discussion here.
Because I remember one kid. When I was genuinely curious in high school. I asked someone. I was like, "How do you shave your nuts?" And he's like, "Well, I actually like I crouch over a towel on the floor, and then I shave that way, and then I gather the towel and then dump it out." And I was like, "That's so different than how I do. I do it in the shower. Where do you guys do it?"
Yeah,
that's what I do
in the shower.
And so I have too much hair because I'll clog up the shower even when I shave like anything. So
I
have to like
put it to the side. You know,
I do have to like. Man, it's so much hair. It's so shaving your pubic hair is one of the messiest things. Is it not? Like it's one of the worst things.
And it's the type of hair that just gets everywhere.
It does. Like it's like sticking to your hand, and I have to rinse out the excess in the shower that didn't get picked up. And it's like I'm like, oh, I think I got it all, and then I look at the shower curtain, and it's like plastered with hair, and it took some fragments. It's some.
I hear you, man.
I hope you watch us again next week for another episode of the Variety Pack podcast.
This is a good podcast.
This is a good podcast.
And I bring like a little tiny trash bag in there with me, or like a Walmart bag, and I put it in the bag.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. And then I take it to the main trash can. Oh man.
You know, it's part of life. Part of life.
It's part of life that's what school should have taught me, how to shave around my nuts.
That's fair. That's a good one, yeah.
Remember when we watch all those videos and they teach you about that you're going to start growing hair, but then they have no solutions for you at all? They just warn you and you're like, you're on your own from there.
Did they give you guys deodorant too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what?
We had like a class where mine was in grade school, like 8th grade.
Yeah.
And they talk about how your body changes, and they gave us a small stick of deodorant because we're gonna start needing it.
Yeah, you can get that. Mine was during PE class too, I believe.
Yours was during PE. Mine was during a health class, so.
I didn't have health.
I must have not been at school when they handed out the deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys...
They're giving out condoms now too, though. Good thing.
Do they?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
That has to be like a very liberal school if it does that.
You're getting condoms to my kid?
Imagine getting a condom as a child who has not even had a girlfriend. You would like... I bet...
Test it out that night.
Man, I'm trying to think. What would I do? I would hide it from my parents. That'd be the first thing, right? Like I wouldn't want them to see it. I don't want my parents to find a condom. Oh man, I probably fill it with water.
Hey, water balloon!
You make a huge water balloon. Have you seen the video of the guys who hold the condoms out their car window and it makes like a giant like thing?
Oh,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Man, I just want to know whose dick's broken a condom. After seeing videos like that, like what did they use?
Tyrone, Clips XD.
Man,
well, you know, Clips uses large, right? Clips uses XL. So I mean, you gotta ask him. He breaks the small ones.
I'm so quick in a condom aisle. I grab the first box I see. I don't even like. I'm not browsing. I'm not perusing the condom aisle.
I mean, I don't need XL like Clips XD, so I can't relate.
I mean, I don't know. I I don't know.
He gets so shy.
I mean, I've used a couple different brands.
I gotta say they're all about the same for me. You can buy those ones that are supposed to bring pleasure, but then it makes my pee burn afterwards.
I mean, there's like these. You ever tried the goat skin?
I have not.
Oh, okay, that's
You got sent here by cheat.
You guys like the ribbed ones?
Does it affect me? And I feel like it doesn't. I feel like
it doesn't.
The ribbed ones.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Oh, hey, sup?
Resembling great value Kevin Owens, guy on the left. Who's Kevin Owens?
Who's Kevin Owens?
The wrestler.
A wrestler?
You do kind of look like him, actually. You do kind of look him up.
Let's do Kevin Owens. What?
You got the beard thing,
Grow
the beard
well,
out, spike the hair a little bit.
Wait, how's this? Hang on, how does this look on the stream? Hang on, I'm confused.
I don't know. Yeah,
he said guy on the left.
I don't know,
yeah,
I don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
okay, I see it for me now. That makes sense. Okay, I thought he was talking about you. I was like, that doesn't look like you. That looks like me.
I thought he was talking about me at first as well.
Oh, dude, this is. Oh, that's what I can be, a professional wrestler.
Dude, there you go. New career path.
I mean, the Red Mysterio made it. Why can't you?
You look, hey, Clips. You look like Jason Momoa. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'll take that.
Benson Henderson. You're still getting the right and left confused here. Are you watching on an inverted screen?
He's watching upside down.
He actually has he has a screen facing a mirror, and he's watching that. Guy on the right is Benson Henderson. Let's see. I'm afraid to look this up sometimes.
You probably shouldn't look this up on stream.
Yeah, here, let me pull this to the side here. Benson Henderson. I just realized
let me see. What are you doing?
Oh, no, here it is. Cool. Here. This is you.
I mean, you can pull it back.
Oh, Clips. Oh, no, he doesn't look like that. Just the hair, but not really.
Man, if Clips was ripped like this, he would...
What do you mean, dude?
You're not... Damn. That's kind of... I mean, I see it.
No, I don't see it.
In the face, not at all?
No.
Am I... I
feel because I know him. Like that.
Well, is this... When dude, this one right here.
Okay. D-Slap, what's the dancing dude's name that you say I look like that I look nothing alike?
Oh. Yeah, I'll send it.
I see it in the ass. Who's the dancing guy? Who are we talking about? Who are you talking about?
Some dancing dude that D-Slap says I look like.
Is he a TikToker?
What happened to Jack's forehead in 1868? William Johnson. Mass transit incident.
What? Thoughts on what happened to Jack's forehead in 1868 William Johnson mass transit incident?
This guy looks like...
This guy's looking for some advanced topics.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we're unqualified.
We were just talking about pubic hair, by the way. Yo, I read about that in school.
Wait, what was the request? I gotta see.
See, this is why I didn't see this in school, because I was too busy dealing with my itchy nuts.
Why did you send a video? Why didn't you just send a picture of him dancing like normal? Why did you send this video?
Why did you send an Instagram link?
I mean, that's where I found them. That looks like Cliff, right?
This is a white guy, is it not?
No, he's mixed. He's half black, half white.
I mean, it's this guy's as mixed as logic is, you know what I mean? Nah, in the wrong light, if this guy said the N-word, it's not cool, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Look at Clips right now. They're
I just don't know why you
They're about the same complexion.
Why you sent that video?
The only thing is that this guy doesn't have his beard.
I know.
Dude, that looks like you.
You took a
That does not look
long-haired
anything.
guy, and that's about it. Who's mixed?
Dude,
that's really
literally
actually.
it.
Yo, that's actually you kind of racist for that one.
Yo, this guy looks more like him than the guy that they were talking about.
What are your guys' opinions on double-decker coffins? I hated bunk beds, but in death, maybe I'd like it more. It definitely would save space, right? I think. Well, you have to bury deeper. I guess. Huh.
What, like
It's save
2 feet?
I mean, it's save horizontal space though. That's the thing. Graveyards take up too much room.
Graveyards take a lot of room.
Yeah. Those headstones, some of those are really extravagant. So yeah, I'm down. I'm down for a double decker.
What do they call it when you have your own? Dude, I want a family crypt. That's what I want.
You want a family?
Yeah, I don't want my family to be spread out.
Well, you want a family crypt. My
so you want one of those
crypts.
small buildings?
You want a temple.
I want like one the size of 2 stories so that future generations can also go in there. You know, that kind of deal.
Dude, okay, all right.
Just dig up the grave and throw the other body in and put it back in the ground. Yeah, that's true. Usually, I mean, there's people who are buried whose gravestones still alive who died like in 1872. Just dig up that hole and throw them in that one. It's probably decayed where there's nothing in there now. I know. You could just.
Well, speaking of, do you guys want to be buried or cremated?
Buried or cremated? I really don't care. I don't know. It does seem like a lot of work to get buried, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be put in a robot body.
I want my body. I would probably want my body to go to science, but I mean, I guess they take what they need, and then after that, they let you get buried. So,
are you guys donors?
Yeah, I am.
think I
well,
am.
Well, I am in the state of Indiana. I don't know if I die here. Does it work the same? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you guys know the myth? Well, crazy. That doctors don't work as hard to save you if you're a donor. And do you guys believe that?
That's actually hilarious to think about. I bet a doctor. You think a doctor's checking the driver's license as they're working on you? I don't know. I don't think they know.
I'm pretty sure
they
it's on
have to
some
know.
sort of
They
document.
know. They get that information.
They know. I'm mad that you said that because you don't know. You're just saying things, dude.
They have to know.
I know. As a bank teller, I have insider information on this.
Have you not seen movies and shows, man? It's all over the media.
Come on, man. Have you not seen TV shows?
Come on, man. It's all there.
Have you not seen?
Didn't I give the disclaimer that we're all idiots and we have no actual insight into topics we talk about?
That's fine, but you don't have to intentionally be dumb.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Well, I guess you're not even intentionally. You're just dumb. That's what's happening right now.
I have an IQ of 12, guys. It's proven.
I have an IQ of as many cards there is in a deck, 52.
Nice.
Dude, I pooped today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday, I mean. It was the worst poop I've taken in my life, probably. That's not fair to say. It was a pretty bad poop. Definitely the worst poop I've taken in the past few months.
Like, tough to get out or, like, burning?
No, it just fell out. That's the thing. There was no chunk in the toilet. It was just green, murky water. Looked like a mossy swamp.
You
would have thought it was like, you would have thought I was in the bayou of Louisiana if I would have taken a close-up picture. And I'd be like, guess where I'm at, guys?
Thank you for watching another episode of
Dude, I'm not turning it off. Stop it. We're still talking. We don't end on your terms. I'm the star.
Dude, we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. We're talking about pubic hair, and then you got deterred. Would have taken.
Heat.
Sam likes to talk shit for someone who, it don't matter. But D-Slap, I don't like how you deterred the whole thing because you threw us off the rails when I was trying to tell you about my poop.
Yeah,
I did
it on purpose.
Thank you for holding back. I needed that.
You're streaming every day, right, Slug?
I don't stream every day.
5 times a week?
I probably do it 5 times a week, yeah.
How many hours a day?
3-ish hours.
Have you seen any growth?
Have I seen any growth? I don't
You're
know.
actually gaming.
I'm getting like followers and stuff. I don't know. It's whatever. You know, you can only do so much. I need to whore myself out more on social media. That's what I need to do.
I mean, you've gotten like a couple of people that I see in your. Johnson.
I got some.
Like Davey and stuff.
Yeah, Davey and Lost. I got those too.
Right.
Those guys are.
But like, are there other people that jump on that you feel like are somewhat regular? I haven't.
Not necessarily. Those are probably the two only regular ones. Outside of people that Davey and Lost simps. Davey and Lost are schlag simps. It's actually true. Lost was here earlier. I don't know where he went. Davey's back and forth sometimes. Sometimes he's here, but
yeah. Davey's wishy-washy.
Davey's wishy-washy. Davey's a busy guy. He's got a lot of moving parts.
I mean, you started streaming after Clips, right? I wonder if you put in more hours now.
I bet I've put in more hours than
at
Clips
this point. Yeah.
Clips has children. Clips has to be a dad.
Yeah, I have to. It's hard. I want to stream more, but
you got to prioritize sometimes when you have.
I am gonna start doing daytime streams though, probably in the next week or two.
YouTube or Twitch?
I mean, I just started on Twitch right now because this is for the podcast.
YouTube, you mean?
No, it's on Twitch. Right, I'm streaming on Twitch right now.
Twitch.tv/ClipsXD.
Yeah. But I don't know. I might just stream on Twitch because I'm already streaming on Twitch and I'm lazy to stream on YouTube.
Dude, that's the easiest way. That's why you do it, because you're lazy. I get it.
I know.
You just go to YouTube and try something. It's Twitch.
Even though I did get it said 4 viewers that first test stream I did. I don't think that was accurate though.
I don't know, because Twitch filters out your bots too from your viewership. I wonder if YouTube filters out their bots from viewership. Probably.
Right.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. But I mean, it's whatever. You think we kind of do this to just talk and have record of it? If something comes of it, it gives us an excuse to talk about things, which is nice, like pubic hair and pooping and double-decker coffins.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually a great idea. Just keep lowering. Just keep like an elevator shaft of them going down and down. We have so many abandoned mine shafts that we could be tossing bodies into. You know?
There is a lot of abandoned mine shafts.
And they just get filled with water. And what a shame that could have been a place to put a body. Well, there might be bodies in there, just not legally.
That's true. That's true.
If you threw a body, if you hit a body in a mine shaft in Bellerive, Illinois, and just tied a block to it, nobody would ever find out. Probably. Yeah, I guess the body might eventually float up, but probably not. Probably no one would care. If someone saw the body, they would actually walk away. So.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe not. I would. I'm not getting involved.
Okay, dude.
Dude, snitches get stitches.
Right. I mean, is it snitching at that point, or are you just reporting a body?
Well, then I get questioned. You know what I mean?
That's true, actually.
I don't want to get questioned.
I get it.
So you know what? If you ever die near me, I'm not telling anyone. If you ever get brutally murdered, I probably won't say anything.
I'll write that down.
If you're in an empty road, right, and you're driving at night and you accidentally what? Are you accidentally somebody, but no one's around? Are you like telling on yourself, turning yourself in, calling anybody for help, or are you just on driving?
If I'm driving on a lonesome road and I see a body in the
no, you kill them.
Oh, I killed the person.
You kill the person.
Driving.
You run them over.
I probably, you know what? At that point, I'm owning up to my problems. So yeah, I probably would say something about that. That's a different situation.
Yeah, dude, I almost hit a little girl on a bicycle one time.
Now that would have been sad.
Yeah. She was in the freaking street.
You know, I gotta say, if I hit someone and I looked at them and they were about 80 years old, I probably wouldn't say anything then. It's gonna
okay, dude.
They had what, maybe 5 years left, you know?
Man.
I think about that at the pharmacy when people get rude with me.
Bury the body and pretend it never happened. I think that's what most people.
I knew a dude who, this homeless guy jumped out in front of his car to commit suicide.
Well, that's sad. That's happened on. There was a teacher, I think, and it was on the interstate near where I'm from, and she stepped out in front of the semi to kill herself. and she was
That's
successful.
crazy.
But the thing is man, what a way that'd be. I've always thought like I've never been to a point where I've been in like a situation. There's so many times in life where you're in a situation where you're like, I could kill myself here, but man, I could not imagine being at that point where I don't know if it's like, because is it like a build up thing? Because I feel like when you commit suicide, it's an impulse decision, right? It's not. When you think about it, you wouldn't do it. Right?
Dude, there's some people who kind of do that.
You think I don't like? That's what I'm trying to figure out though, because is that decision in itself an impulse or like or something that's?
I think not planned it per se, but like they've been at that point many times where like they're like, okay,
like a last,
and then
like
and they're like, this is the time, and then they're this time, right? And if I do it, I'm gonna do it this way. Then this is the time, but then something happens to actually break them, and it's over the edge to where they finally do it. Right? Because they felt like they were at a point where they would, but they weren't really. Then something else pushed them edge, and they. You know what I mean? Could you hear me?
I kind of could.
I can hear you.
What do you say?
I don't know. I'm confused.
So, what I'm saying is like, there's people who have been in a mental state for a while.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do it, right?
Yeah.
For a long time. Like, it's always, I'm gonna do it this way or I'm gonna do it this time. But it wasn't enough for them to actually do it. So it's something else that pushes them over the edge. That, pushes them to actually do it. And that's what I meant by planning, right? It's like they've been wanting to do it for a long time. And they thought they were capable of doing it, but they weren't at that point yet.
Yeah. I just wonder how many people like they want to leave like the planet, like give up on life. And then like I just wonder, because there's different ways to do it. Like the person who jumps off the bridge, obviously like they had to go to the bridge, right? And then throw themselves off it. Like that would take some planning. I just wonder how much planning when people like shoot themselves in the head. I wonder like man, could you imagine like taking a barrel like the gun and putting it to your head and just squeezing the trigger? Like
nope.
I just wonder how much
could never
people.
Do that.
I wonder like.
I mean,
how. I wish I could see through their eyes to understand like what that's like on an emotional
level. And I think that's why I say that I could never do that, because I'm not at that point. I don't think I've ever been at that point.
Yeah.
So for me to like get to that point, like what would it take, right? My family all dead, me like completely, I don't know, broken. What about like, okay, what if you guys lost the ability to walk? Like if you guys were crippled,
that wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't be enough, right?
No.
It would have to be.
Again, then again, you're talking from the perspective of now. You think it wouldn't be enough, but you haven't lived through a crippled life.
That's true. I bet quality of life goes down, but I mean, there's people who like. I bet it's a lot better to go through that than people who like get hit by a car, hit their head or something, and then have permanent brain damage. You know what I mean? That's got to be worse, or more like you'd be more willing to end it after that. But
have you guys heard about the assisted suicide thing? People who like want to die, and so they have like a medically induced death.
Oh, like euthanasia.
Yeah, but it's because they're like. I don't know, whatever. Like
and they're sick with cancer and stuff.
Yeah, or they're in pain all the time, or this and that. Like,
I think when you're going through cancer, I think you go through probably the worst pain that ever existed. I would have to assume, just because I found out like when you just working or like filling for cancer patients, they're on so many like hard drug meds to keep them from not feeling pain. It seems awful, and like. Chemo is not a fun thing, so I could see if you're going through that, man, that's a hard one to fight.
As a pharmacy tech, how much understanding of the drugs do you have?
I got a little bit. I didn't go to school for it, so it's not like.
I feel like you learned a lot.
I've learned a lot, but I don't think like where I'm at, I'm not like qualified by any means. I definitely learned a lot, and I have knowledge on it, but I definitely shouldn't have like medical opinions on what someone should take for what, right? Like,
do they give you courses there?
No, not necessarily.
You have to be.
I didn't have to know much to start working there, but I've learned a lot from working around it.
But they don't actually make you take courses or anything.
No, not so. You have to get licensed and stuff, but that's really not a hard process. You just have to not be a criminal. So
gotcha.
But no, I've learned a lot. But I also ask questions because I'm actually curious about stuff. But I know like what a lot of medications are like for. But like again, I'm not an answer for what fixes what. I'm always like. One of the most interesting things is just how powerful like the brain can be. So there's a medication called Zofran. It's for nausea, and traditional nausea medications actually affect like the stomach itself to keep you from getting nauseous, and it affects it down there. The medication Zofran, it actually affects your mind, and your mind ignores the nausea because of how that medication affects your brain.
It disconnects the nerve.
Yeah.
I've also heard Zofran recommended for like some other stuff as well.
I don't know what else.
Not just
that's its main purpose, but I don't know what else it might be.
I forgot. Never mind. Just forget I said anything.
But it's that's wild to me that it's for your stomach, but it only works in the brain, which is kind of crazy.
Medicine is weird.
And I like and like people who are on like different opiates and like Norco or Percocet, and like just I from what I've learned on that, it's like because your body literally has pain receptors. They're called P receptors, and like it literally blocks that. So like people who are first on it and stuff, and like I mean you literally feel nothing, like it's numbness, so like you could be on that. If you're on so much of it, you could literally punch a wall and feel nothing. That's wild to me. Which is why people get addicted to it, obviously. So
yeah.
But and then
did we talk about forced vaccines? Sorry.
We didn't get there. With
about what?
Forced vaccine, because there's a thing going on now, right? If you have a company with more than 100 people, you're supposed to. I'm trying to figure out because I'm not sure if they can actually tell you to force people to get a vaccine. A company. I'm not sure how that works. Or they're like encouraging it or in some way. I'm not sure.
It's a mandate, no?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure.
Supposedly, you can't. I mean, you can, but you can deny it through some other law and say.
It seems like kind of like there's a weird line there. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm still not sure about it. I don't know like what the legality of that is. The Supreme Court has shut down the CDC on some things they've tried to push because of like they're not allowed to do so much, so like but I don't know, it's kind of interesting. If people with it's also weird that the number 100 was just kind of, it feels like it was just kind of pulled out of a hat, you know what I mean? Like at 99 you're good, like it's so weird with stuff like that, that they're like, you know what, 100 people at that point, there's too many people not vaccinated in an area, you know. It's just, they decided 100 was the number when I mean in 100. Reality, I mean 20 can be pretty damaging, So
yeah,
that's just interesting, like where they pull numbers from and what decides what. I guess if you, in their eyes, if you're a company under, if you had like 20 employees and you force that, there's a chance you would lose. Losing one employee is a big deal, Mm-hmm. I guess in the government's eyes, if you're 100 employees deep in your company, then you're good enough to lose one if you need for that reason. So
they're making all their contractors get vaccinated, right?
Yeah, I think if you were in if you work for the federal government, you have to be vaccinated.
And also, if you're, I guess, if you receive Medicaid funding, then you also have to get it.
That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Yeah, if you're on some type of government support system, you have to get the vaccine. That's wild, actually, to me. I don't know. Is that like crazy to you guys at all?
Well, I think that's like all the poor people, right?
Yeah,
all
I
my
mean
people.
that's all people who are struggling, not doing too well financially. So people on like Medicaid and I guess would that mean Medicare too? So older people too have to get vaccinated now.
I guess the government is saying if we're paying for your medical bills, you're gonna get vaccinated.
That's
no choice whatsoever.
It's just it's the thing with COVID. It's so wild. It's still, and obviously, anytime we've talked about this, it's just so wild how differently it affects certain people, and just how people who, who are old. I mean, they get it and don't even have an effect. But then there's some people who are old and they die. It's just same with young people. It's so interesting.
Varied.
Well, then, that's if you hear from people in hospitals who work in hospitals, it's mostly young people in hospitals right now.
Yeah, and I again,
not, and by young I mean 20s, 30s, right?
Right,
not
right.
Like
and none of us again are qualified to talk, to give too much on what's right or wrong here, right?
Yeah, but, of course. But we're idiots. Don't take us seriously.
Yeah, but it's wild to see, young people dying from it, and then I've been, around it since the start of it, and I got vaccinated in January, but I've been around it since March.
You got vaccinated pretty much the first wave of vaccines.
Right? I was allowed in Indiana. Was a pretty early state for it, which was
yeah.
So here's the thing, I got it early because I was like, hey, if I die from this, you guys have a heads up, So I was like, if it does something to me, I got a warning for you guys. I'll take one for the team here.
So you were taking one for the team.
Yeah,
okay.
I honestly, I was like, I'll take one for the team. I'll see how it goes. After that second shot destroyed me, but
yeah,
I got the Moderna vaccine. But I mean, I was around because I was doing COVID testing in since March the year prior to when I got the vaccine in January the year after.
Did you like put your mask on extra tight whenever you saw someone really sick?
That's another thing. I mean, kids were. No one knew what the difference was. You know what I mean? People were having colds when they thought they had.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? Like the past couple of years, during flu season. Well, first off, people are getting flu shots like crazy.
Right
numbers, now? Yeah, just the amount of people getting flu shots the past couple of years I've been working in the pharmacy has been way, way, way higher, which is interesting because obviously, the flu shot has nothing to do with COVID, right? But but it's insane how many people are getting their flu shot. But we're also seeing not that plus people wearing masks. Not as many people are going to get the flu. That's just obvious, right? If you wear a mask, you're not going to get the flu as often. But before, people were fine with taking that risk. Of getting the flu, and then Tamiflu, which is what you take when you have the flu, sales have gone way, 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 way down. So, we used to have a bunch during the flu season go out, but I've barely seen any sold the past 2 flu seasons. So, which dude, we're coming into a new flu season now, so I'm curious to see what happens.
I had to go get like Benadryl or something, and like every single pharmacy, Walmart, like a lot of them were sold out. Yeah.
Benadryl?
It was Benadryl, yeah. I don't know why, but
dude, that's another thing. When rumors started going out, what would help you too? That stuff went quick.
You leave the RGB on your headset on, man?
I do now because I'm lazy. Yeah. I used to turn it off. It actually saves a lot of battery, but I turned it on.
It saves a lot of battery.
It saves a lot of battery. But the last time I reinstalled Windows, I just never turned it back off.
Crazy.
But I mean, and then you got people coming in now who are getting, and now with like the Pfizer shot, people are getting a 3rd dose now for a booster. If you're immunocompromised, you can get it, but otherwise you're supposed to wait 8 months. And I'm just like, I guess are people going to keep coming back 8 months after 8 months to get boosters from now on for the rest of their lives?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Well, they've said it's not going away. It's part of our life now.
Okay, so but is it gonna be to the point of something like the chicken pox is never really gonna go away, but we don't struggle with that anymore?
No, it's gonna be more like. Hopefully, it's gonna be more like the flu. It's a thing that's the flu is seasonal.
It's a thing that happens.
Well, the flu's seasonal.
You know what's interesting?
Well, this is not seasonal.
When the flu shot first came out, the only people who were recommended to get it were senior citizens, and then eventually it became a point, which I mean, it's probably about money, right? Where they started pushing it on everyone, and I just kind of, it seems like.
Do you guys get the flu shot?
Yeah. Wait, do I get the flu shot?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get the flu shot. Because I know I don't really get the flu. So.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a flu shot.
That was my mindset with the whole COVID vaccine, right?
Same. Mine too.
Yeah, I kind of got the COVID shot. I got the COVID shot as a statement that I'm gonna actually like trust and hope that everything goes well.
Yeah.
And it's like I have an opportunity to get it. Why not get it? I'm working in the healthcare setting. And
it's like, I had a lady today at work try to like preach to me about like COVID and stuff like that, and she meant well, but she was like saying how like we can't really trust the government all the way, and then she went into a thing about like how like the people that are like not with Jesus are like the ones that are getting it the worst, and we need to and that was like a whole thing. I was like, yeah, I guess so.
I'd say the most discouraging thing over the past few months is seeing people who have the vaccine get COVID. That's like been really annoying.
Well, I mean, it's also not. It was never. You can still get the flu with the flu vaccine.
Yeah,
it's not really like a guaranteed thing. It just lowers your chances, even if by little.
And then some people don't get the vaccine because they've said that, well, they see that you can still spread it even if you have the vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There,
I don't know.
You can still be a carrier for it.
Yeah, you can still be a carrier for it. And
they're telling vaccinated people to still wear masks for that reason, because you can still be a carrier.
So people were like, well, what's the point, right? I can still get it. I can still spread it. What's the point of it?
I honestly don't mind wearing my mask. Like, I prefer wearing my mask in public because, like, I like hide your face. Yeah.
That's the part that's nice about it, right? There's almost like an enjoyment out of like.
I don't mind it. I minded it at first, but that's whatever.
I don't really. Because I don't have mine on while I'm working, but I have it on when I face customers, and it's hard for me. I just sweat so much on my face, and it's just so hard for me to be cool.
Well, I think with the bandana, that's gonna happen more, and then the other mask makes
the other mask did it pretty bad too. I would get like moist, very moist there.
Clips gets almost arrested every time he wears it.
I get a what?
Almost arrested every time you wear it.
Why?
Never mind.
But you're stupid, dude. You're so stupid. Absolutely, you just say the dumbest thing. Actually, but
I'm ready to go, man.
Ready to go where?
You tired?
I'm sleepy.
You tired, man?
Do you sleepy?
Oh, the little baby need to go to bed. The little baby can't stay up because they work a hard morning bank job.
Yeah, and I went to the gym,
Shut up, man.
Dude, you do it to yourself every single day.
Shut up. Every time you go to the gym, just know you a bitch. That's all I'm saying.
What?
No. This is the life you chose.
That was mean.
Do you have the vaccine, slept?
Well, you see, I just got COVID recently.
Uh-huh.
So they told me to wait a little bit.
Oh yeah, you got them good antibodies. Dude, that second shot, my second shot sucked. You got which one did you get, Clips?
I got one shot.
Oh, Johnson.
Johnson & Johnson.
Which sucked.
Yeah.
Worst feeling.
Which one?
And I had COVID, and COVID was not. I mean, the freaking shot was worse than COVID. Unfortunately.
Which one is the one that's recommended for like?
I think Moderna.
Moderna, right?
I don't know. I don't know. I know Johnson & Johnson they originally recalled and then they didn't.
That was pretty rough too, because Johnson & Johnson, can you get COVID multiple times? It's happened. You're not super likely, but it can definitely happen.
Mm-hmm.
Moderna is best for the Delta variant, from what I've read. That's what I have. Moderna. What was interesting about Johnson & Johnson, that whole recall thing. So, it actually. So what happened was it caused heart problems for a very specific set of women, who probably were on birth control.
And that's why I hate the media, because the media just blew it out of proportion.
It kind of got out of proportion. There were literally, I think, 0 males affected by it, and then it was all women who.
But it's all, dude. It's all in the head.
It was only 7, right?
Or it was like 7. It might have been like 12, but 12 women who had heart problems, and they were either probably on birth control or going through menopause. One of those two.
But it's all in the headlines, dude. Whenever they create these headlines for articles, they never it's always like a attention grabbing thing, right?
Yeah, it's just clickbait.
And then people are not gonna read the entire articles. They're not gonna find out, and that's what causes a lot of the misinformation that goes around to media companies.
Okay. Yeah, it is all headlines. It's my second shot of Moderna really. I tested for COVID a lot before I was vaccinated and after a little bit too. And I never was positive, but I don't think I ever got it either. I never tested positive when testing came around. So,
did you ever feel sick during the period?
I never got sick. I never even felt ill. That's so that's why it was so crazy to me seeing it. And I'm trying to think. I had one coworker get it. 2 coworkers get it at the time. And but then it's crazy, we were around them, and then all of us who were around them, we actually never got it. So I don't know if we had some type of immune buildup, because I mean, the thing, I guess, working at a pharmacy, you're around a lot of sick people all the time. I've actually noticed, like, ever since I started working there, like, I've gotten less sick during like the fall and stuff too. I don't even really get colds like I used to.
Man, I love eating, so the worst part was the taste. Well, one of the worst parts.
Yeah, you lost taste and smell for a while, Caleb. I remember that. And that was another thing. I think my mom and dad got it, but they never went and got tested. I do think, because they got really sick at one point during all this, and but I think they might have had it. They might not have, but
my dad got it. That scared me the most when he had it.
Yeah,
I think when the older people get it, that's pretty scary.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a young 52, but still.
That, I mean, and another thing, I mean, it's just people who are just unhealthy people. Like, you have a chance of dying from it too. If you just aren't eating right or aren't taking care of yourself at all, you have a good chance of dying from it. So if you're living off frozen pizzas, you might die from this too. So.
One of my ex-coworker, she was a little overweight, and she was so self-aware, dude. She was like, man. She went and got the vaccine right away as soon as it was available.
Yeah.
She's like excited. She's like, if I get it, more than likely I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's you have to come to that realization, because I mean, that's one thing you saw. People who were obese and active really got hit. Like, that's why New York got smacked by it, compared to like Los Angeles. It's just like. And New York had just as strict mandates, as Los Angeles, but New York got hit harder just because there's just an unhealthy people there. More obesity in New York.
Who's that on your screen, Zachary?
Nothing.
Is that on what?
I saw someone was poking on his right-hand side.
No. It's an alien.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
I wish I was an
alien.
alien.
That kid?
No.
Your wife?
No.
He's not gonna tell us.
Wall. There's a wall over here. This is a wall.
Uh-huh.
It's a wall.
Yeah, but something was poking out.
It's a demon. I gotta pee.
All right, guys. Welcome to bye. We're closing it out. He left.
I'm hungry. Again. Dude, I want to shave my freaking
Dude, shave your head. Do it.
No. Shave these nuts.
Can I?
Got him. No.
Oh, dude, if you let me,
I would not let you.
Would you trust me with a razor down there?
No, not at all. We can't do that. No.
Aren't there like certain surgeries down there where like they have to shave you? Think of vasectomy, right?
Probably.
Would you trust the nurse with a knife down there?
Kind of her job, I guess I would have to.
I'd be twitchy, so I'd be scared about it.
I don't think that's a situation you want to be twitchy in. You know, you got a scalpel coming in, you know, and you just start twitching. I don't think that's a good
Gonna
look.
work out. Has that been a conversation with you and your wife?
What?
Especially with you?
What?
Mr. Not pull out?
I don't.
Vasectomy.
Yes and no.
Would you consider it?
I don't know. I don't like permanent solutions.
Is that permanent?
Yeah.
It's more permanent than the tooth, right? The tubes can be untied technically, I guess.
I guess technically, but typically it's not done.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Nice.
All right. Well, Jacob, we ended the stream.
What?
Did we?
Thanks everybody.
I got the.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
The stream.
I'm the
Yeah.
stream.
We ended the podcast. You know.
You going to bed,
Oh,
little guy? You done talking?
It was fun though.
You done talking?
Dude, we went long this time.
3.5 hours.
We went longer than I expected. To be honest, I expected an hour 30 to 2 hours.
We barely covered, by the way, what the original. We did not actually cover the original topics except for forced vaccines. That's
We
hilarious.
covered my topics though.
Maybe
my topics were covered.
Maybe, dude, shut up. Maybe we should. Maybe I shouldn't name things. I don't. Maybe I should just.
Ear licking and forced vaccines. We cover, did we cover Australia? We didn't even cover Australia.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Australia. I'm sure Australia will still be under a bad ruling.
Wait, we'll save that for next week, guys. No worries.
Yeah. We're not gonna remember.
Well, no, here we put it in the chat now. See,
it's gonna get flooded by bidets and other stuff.
Well, you like bidets, huh?
We
talked about bidets and pubic hair way too much, probably.
We spent a lot of time on those thoughts.
I just wanted to say that I was right with my bidet knowledge. You know.
That's fine. It doesn't mean that it's what innovation has led to. This is the first. You're right. This was the original, so you're right about that. But also, this is a bad version. We never talked about the Tesla bot from a week ago.
I know.
But also, we don't.
I mean,
these dogs. What?
There's really nothing to talk about. It's kind of a meme. Oh look,
dogs.
Doggies.
Cute dogs.
Very true.
Do you have a Discord for your stream, by the way, Jacob Slag?
I don't.
Wait, what happened to Slag's Cuck Boys?
He likes Cuck Boys. Nah, yeah, that's a dead channel. I only use that to get updates on graphics cards now. So.
I took that off because it was annoying.
Yeah. Slag, I wanted input on the name for Clips' fans. It's the XD family.
That's really stupid, but
I didn't come up with that, by the way. But that's honestly the better thing. I don't know. What would I call
XD family?
Followers?
First off, it's very unoriginal.
Hey guys, hey XD family.
Hey XD family.
Welcome back to
another video.
First off,
smash that like button.
Don't give fans names when you don't have fans yet.
That's true. That's true.
Prepare for fans you don't have.
I mean, but why not prepare?
And you know what?
Speak it into existence, man. You know. We'll have an XD family.
Let me tell you this: I'm not. If I ever had fans, they're not going to be called fans. They're going to be called my friends because they're friends.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not going to call them Slag's Cuck Boys?
Nope. They're They are friends.
You
had a server called Cuck Boys.
He's one of those. Oh, you guys are my friends. We're all friends here.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Unless you're.
What's wrong with the family? You know, it's the XD family. We're all family here.
Family's too cultish.
That's
what?
I knew you were gonna get mad. I knew you were gonna get mad. But
I don't want a family.
I don't like family because that's like Nick Merck's thing. He does MFam and then.
Oh, that's why I liked it. That's why I liked it.
Yeah, but that is like a little too bro for me, though.
Yeah, Nick Merck's Clips is not bro enough for that. Clips,
yeah, I'm not bro enough for that.
Yeah, Clips is a fucking loser.
I wouldn't say all that.
Instead of XD family, XD fam.
It's so bro though.
XD fam is closer to the Nick Merckx thing. You made it worse.
I mean, I wanted to do like, you know, like for yours would be like, I don't know, the Schlaggians or something, you know, like hey Schlaggians, you know.
I mean that's
that's kind of gay.
but it's pretty stupid. Hey,
I know, but like you know how like I don't know, states come out like Floridians, you know, Californians, you know,
Clippians.
There you go. He just took what you said and applied it to your name.
Yeah.
I would.
I like XD family. Welcome XD family to another video.
Why can't I just call them XDs? Hey XDs.
I would call them
wouldn't
family
call them these.
or friends. There would be no.
I don't like that you're doing that.
Family and friends. This is my family.
No.
This is
and then you guys.
I don't like.
And then you guys do a collaboration video, and Schlack calls his friends, and XD, you know, calls his family, fans family, and your fans are wondering why you're
genuine right now.
If we gain fans, our fans would overlap. That's what it would be. And
no, he's not. He's not being genuine right now.
And then they'll wonder why they're your friends, but his family. You know.
I want to make it big so I can really start my coke addiction. That's all I want to do.
I mean,
you have a coke addiction?
I want to.
Have you ever tried it?
No, but why not?
Have you ever smoked weed?
No, I haven't. I would legitimately talk serious. I would do cocaine before I would smoke weed.
Why?
I want to be. I want to go up. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever smoked a cigarette?
No, I'm telling you, I want to go up.
Have you ever? I mean, you've drank alcohol, right?
A little bit, but I've never been drunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Never been tipsy even.
All right, Clips. You've done weed, right?
Nah, never.
He has once, but he's not gonna tell us on the stream. I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Would it be genuine to your family, to your XD
no? Okay,
family?
listen.
I'm clean, XD family. Don't worry, I've lived a good life.
Hey, I'm brand friendly.
Oh, that's right. He's trying to get sponsors for the podcast, guys. Come on.
We have at most 7 viewers. We're fine.
Hey, listen. One of these people in here right now could be a Taco Bell rep. You never know.
I want the Taco Bell reps to videotape me eating Taco Bell and snorting cocaine. I want Taco Bell. I want to think outside the bun and then I sniff a line. That's what I want my ad to do.
Which one of you are Taco Bell rep? Name yourself. Cash App Compound. Cash App.
Hey, it's not good for the sponsorship. I think they'd rather me do cocaine than us give them a C tier, which is what we did. So.
Yeah, you gave them a C tier. I gave them S tier.
I gave them a C tier. Schlag agreed because he trusted me.
Okay, but see, I don't know how you give Taco Bell an S tier or C tier, and you want to give Burger King an S tier.
Burger King is better than Taco Bell.
Beer for Burger King. We vetoed it pretty hard though. As the clip showed.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. I like Taco Bell from time to time, but it's fake meat, just like Burger King. So
that's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Hey, if it's fake meat, I feel like we could penalize a lot of restaurants for that one, probably.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
But Burger King is good, you know?
It's not, though.
Dude, Burger King is so cheeks. I stand by that statement.
Probably good burger. A good meal. Did you try the Whopper?
Yeah, cheeks.
Did you try the Texas Double Whopper?
Okay, well, obviously I didn't try the Texas Double Whopper because I'm not in Texas.
It just adds jalapenos to it.
Oh, you're gonna need more than jalapenos to cover up that garbage. I do love jalapenos.
And
That's
bacon.
probably one of my favorite vegetables.
And bacon.
And bacon. That's fine. Mm-hmm. The thing is their base burger is trash. That's the problem with Burger King.
The Whopper?
Yeah, well, just like their burger meat is garbage.
You don't like the grilled flavor?
Yeah, I like that charbroiled thing they do. Tastes like
I do.
It's okay.
I might as well eat a shoe.
But just the overall quality of the burger in general is just not good. Like, I don't mind a charbroiled taste that much. I wish we lived
close together because we could have like cookouts and I think it would have a fun time.
I think we'd have a great time.
Imagine if we could do this podcast in person. That'd be.
Where's the closest place between all of us? Let's do an Airbnb and a IRL podcast.
That'd be funny.
I think Slag is between you and me, probably, right?
I'm in Missouri. No. Well, I need to see a map.
Yeah, that's I'm pulling a map. Let's see. That's Cincinnati. Oh my god, dude, Cincinnati's so far from me.
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
Both of you Google how far St. Louis, Missouri is, and give me your times.
Honestly, it'll be probably a little bit farther for him, but I mean,
it's a 12-hour drive for me.
All right, give me a second here. Hold on.
Are you close to Cleveland, Zach?
Oh, never mind. I'm 7 hours away. Oh, well, 8 hours.
He's 12.
Yeah.
So
you're basically in the middle.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. That's pretty good. That's actually, I mean, that's not bad for me just being here, you know?
Yeah.
We don't need the Airbnb. You guys could just come to
right there.
Do you have an extra room where Zach and I could bunk together?
I don't want to bunk with him.
One of you guys could take a couch. One of you guys could take the guest bed.
Nah, dude, we would bunk. We'd both take the best guest.
Guest bed here. It's right.
Yeah.
This is where you guys can sleep.
No,
dude, we could share the bed totally.
I don't want to do that.
I would take the right side. You would take the left side. You know, I'd be Big Spoon for a little bit, then you'd be.
Question, Clips. Do you what side of the bed do you sleep on with you and your wife?
It seems like we switch all the time.
Really? Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I sleep on the right side right now, but I think I prefer the left side.
Which way do you guys like facing? Looking out or in?
I look out more than in. I don't.
I think I look in.
In?
Yeah.
I can't sleep on my stomach. Can you guys?
I can.
I do. Do you guys put the pillows on top of your head?
No.
Really?
Sometimes when I'm trying to get myself tired,
sometimes, but no.
I like to. I hold the pillow sometimes.
Do you guys get uneasy when like your foot is outside the cover or like and it's bang?
No,
nah.
You know it's kind of weird. I sleep with my legs outside of the covers usually. So.
Oh, dude, both legs?
Yeah, I'm a hot boy.
I mean, I get it, but like I'll do if I'm hot, I'll do one leg. I'm not sticking both out.
I need protection against evil spirits.
Alicia gets mad at me because I'll take the cover bundled up and use it as another pillow instead.
Dude, I need to get a freaking weighted blanket.
I can try them.
I hear they're good.
Yeah.
I don't like them. There's too much for me. But
yeah, either that or my wife showed me this other thing. It's like a freaking.
Dude, have you started taking melatonin?
No.
Okay. The doctor told you to try it.
I don't fix my problem.
I watched this thing about melatonin one time where it actually shrinks your nuts.
I'm definitely not taking it now.
I also it's pretty bad for young boys to take it because it hurts their penis development.
Yeah, well, take it. He's an adult. He'll be fine.
I'm still growing.
The problem with melatonin is that
I got nightmares.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
My thing with melatonin is that it gets me tired but doesn't keep me asleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'm foggy afterwards. So it doesn't help me get a good night's sleep is the problem with melatonin.
Yeah. If your body gets too used to it, probably.
I took it just at the start and it would get me tired, but
isn't melatonin not supposed to get you tired? It's supposed to be a kind of once you're asleep, it's supposed to keep you asleep. It's not really supposed to get you tired, right?
No,
I thought that was the point of melatonin.
For me, it does the opposite. It gets me tired, but doesn't keep me asleep. And I hear that with a lot of people. Look at my keyboard; it does lightning. It's lightning.
What is that?
It says melatonin is a hormone that your brain produces in response to darkness. It helps with the timing of your circadian rhythms and with sleep.
Why are you so close?
Being exposed to light and dark can block melatonin production. Research suggests that melatonin plays other important roles in your body beyond sleep. Okay.
What kind of keyboard do you have?
Logitech G910.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. I've had it for a while now.
I want a Logitech keyboard.
No, you want a Apex Steel Series or whatever, or a K95.
I'm being a fanboy and want to go all Logitech. I got Logitech webcam,
Dude,
Logitech mouse, Logitech headphones.
Dog.
I didn't do. My problem with Logitech headphones is you either have like cheap and then you have expensive. You know what I mean? There's no happy medium.
No. I like my G. What were they? G.
I liked them too, but they snapped.
Yeah, I know they did for me too, which sucked because I treated them so well, and they just broke.
My
Sometimes I just
broke.
have a problem where I like to do this, and like that's what causes the break. So
I'm scared that the same thing is gonna happen to these.
Well, boys, it's been real.
You've been trying to leave for about an hour now, so
yeah.
Well, I think we're at a good point where we can finish the podcast, right?
No,
I am huge.
Damn, dude, you're huge. It's the size of your head.
Dude,
all right,
huge,
Clips.
Dude.
Hey, I just want you to know.
Go ahead and do the outro, man.
If we fought, you wouldn't make it. I'm just letting you know that now.
Oh, wait. Say it again. You broke up. You said if we fight, I wouldn't make it?
Yeah, you wouldn't make it.
Against you?
Yeah, I'd kill you.
Why is that? I don't think that's accurate.
I legitimately think if I got in a fight with you, I think I could end you.
I don't think that's accurate. I don't think
okay, funny thing. That's what Clip says. He's afraid of getting in a fight because he thinks he would kill someone.
Dude.
You know what? I think you wouldn't want to fight me back. I think I could end you.
Dude, I could beat you.
I think if I get my arm around your neck, I think you go to sleep very quickly.
No,
that's what I think.
I mean, same thing with you. Yeah,
I would do this and I have my hand on the back of your head like this, and I would just lift up, and you go to bed. That's what would happen. That's how our fight would
I
go.
Could do the same thing, dude.
I don't think
I can do the same thing.
No, dude, you tell me. Like, watch this. I do that. You ain't get nowhere near my neck. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, okay, and you, dude, dude, I'm nimble, dude. I'm freaking,
here's what happens if you step to me, dude. It's gonna be like when you're a kid snapping a twig in the forest. You just like step through with your knee. That's what I do to your arm. I step through and I break your arm. That's what happens.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that's accurate.
Listen, I'm just saying. Like, we set up that fight.
He just said he would win,
That's fine, but I'm just saying, you're going 9-9 is what's gonna happen.
I don't think that's accurate.
You're going 9-9. I'm gonna, and when you wake up, I will be there reading a bedtime story still, because I'll be there and I'll be like, and then at the end of the story, I told you so, and I whisper in your ear like that, and I give you a kiss on the cheek, like that, and then I walk away.
Okay, so when are we doing this IRL podcast thing?
Hey man, just let me know.
Hey, I live here. Just come whenever, guys. You guys want to come over?
You live like 2 hours away, and we never did anything. So
that was less time. I was a busy man.
Me and Clips arrive unannounced without telling you, and then you have to.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that.
I don't think D-Slap.
I don't even like.
I don't think D-Slap knows how to drive outside of Houston. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, D-Slap can afford to fly here. Clips. I don't know about you, but I feel like
no problem. More than likely,
I'm poor.
Yeah, D-Sub could fly out here.
I can drive this. This is an easy drive right here. 8 hours. It's not bad.
Yeah, and then I could fly. Sure.
Tell your wife you need to take the car for a weekend.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be happy about that. No cap.
Yeah, I don't think she'd love. I don't know how she feel about that. Probably you can bring her.
No, I mean I can get it. We can get a different car.
Get a rental car.
Yeah, I could do it.
Isn't it wild? You have to be 25 to do a rental car. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
that's always so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
If you're a 23-year-old with like good driving record, you can't rent a car.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. 25 feels so late to do something like that. Like you can join the military at 18, but you can't rent a car till you're 25.
Unfair, man. That's life.
And that's life.
Dude, can you drive outside of Houston?
Look, if we D-Slap doesn't even actually know what any roads outside of Houston are. Look.
You went to Austin, didn't you?
Yeah.
We
driven
could,
outside of Houston.
There's a little table there we could set up. And
dude,
all
I
sit
went to
around
San
it.
Diego, California. What do you mean?
Did you really?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, actually.
When?
2 years back. But and I'm trying to go. I'm no.
Did mommy and
my
daddy
mom,
wife?
Mom, brothers. I'm trying to go to Florida to see my brother actually too. So we'll see how that goes.
Where does he live in Florida?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Pull through.
Cool.
I haven't asked him like that.
Pull
I haven't had to go yet.
All right, so you got the table in the background.
Yeah, we just set. Dude, I could set something up here.
I'll bring my mic. We can, I guess, both bring our mics, and I guess we really wouldn't need.
No, we would need first Slack to buy 2 other mics.
Okay.
Why? Hang on. Why?
Okay, you're hosting.
I wouldn't know how to set. I don't know how to set up like a multi-audio input thing.
Yeah, I would.
Is there
you buy the equipment? I'll set it up. No worries.
I'd have to Google
Dude,
it.
you can't even get your webcam to work.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That we're three weeks into this and being consistent. We're being pretty good at this, by the way. Consistent, and we're actually talking about things and not getting bored, which is amazing to me. And you can't turn on a camera. That's what you have. 6 cameras. 6 cameras. This man owns 6 cameras. 6 cameras, dude. And you can't get one.
But you have a webcam that you refuse to troubleshoot
a whole week
to get to work.
A whole week to troubleshoot, and I'm like, I'm like next time.
I got it.
I'm not done with you. And literally last week I say a camera will be turned on, all 3 of us, and you said, all right, if my air conditioning's fixed, which I get it. You don't want to be hot and you want to be naked. That's fine, whatever. Your prerogative. But the air conditioning's fixed. Your air conditioning's fixed, and you know what? You don't have on a camera because you didn't try, and
hey man,
6 cameras and not one of them works. That's what I don't get. And it probably could work if you just tried, but you don't.
And it's probably just like a driver thing or a Discord thing that you could just uninstall, reinstall. Just the simplest thing, because the camera is coming on.
It is actually Logitech, huh? So it's probably a driver. I'll probably go to.
I would love if the camera just popped on now at 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Honestly, I would.
Honestly, but maybe it's.
Do you know how to uninstall and reinstall drivers?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'll do it later.
Yeah, I know you will.
Next week.
I know you will.
Next week. Yeah. Next week, as it comes, me and Clips are going to be sitting here talking to a picture of feet again.
Yeah. He changed the picture, dude.
You don't like
You wanted to do the gym selfie one again? I don't know.
No, I'd rather the feet, honestly. I mean, at this point, though, I'd rather you buy a freaking camera.
You know what's wild? You know what's wild is I go on Instagram and I see pictures D-Slap text. I'm like, wow, he did really good on these. These are pretty good.
Yeah.
I get on Discord and this man can't turn it on, though. And we can't see his face, though. I'm like, how's this guy takes good pictures on Instagram, but I get on here and he can't handle this part of it? It's amazing. It's like amazing.
Dude, I'm
lazy. Dude, no. There's no laziness.
This guy gets in his car and he drives places that he thinks are pretty in Houston and takes really good photos. He's at home right now on his computer and we can't see his face with 6 cameras in his home. That's amazing. I'm just like amazed.
It's a conspiracy theory, no cap.
Last week I turned on my camera and I didn't want to because I hadn't shaved.
Yeah, and you know what?
I busted through it. I just did it.
You did it.
Just did it for the podcast.
Illuminati.
But here we are.
Don't go into my chat and type something, and then. Why we're ranting at you.
Illuminati.
Here's the thing, and It's true. You could never turn on your camera, and I would still do this for you. You know, I'd still go in here and talk to you because I like talking to you, D-Slap. But you know, I think you're not. You're a handsome fellow, and I think you add a lot when you put your face here.
Okay, I just want to point out that I just noticed something that I'm not happy about your stream. Why is the mega impression 10,000 now?
I don't know. It was just kind of inconvenient to make it 1,000. I added another one. Did you see what I added? I'll do a dunk for you, a mini basketball goal dunk for you.
What is gains?
Gains is where I turn up my gain all the way.
Please.
Okay.
I'm not doing it though during the podcast.
All right. Well, guys.
The end? Do you want to end it?
Go ahead and give us the intro, Zachary. The outro. My bad. I'm sleepy, boy.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore.
Slag, do the outro, please.
Thank you guys for watching the Variety Pack Podcast Episode 3. Tune in next Friday or Saturday, depending on our schedules, at probably around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And make sure to give our sponsors a watch. This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
It's not.
Raid Shadow Legends and NordVPN.
It's also not.
And Ray J's headphone company.
Oh yeah, Raycon. Raycon. You know what's Raycon headphones? You tired of not having good headphones? Raycon. They're only $80. And wow, what a deal!
They're cheaper than name brand apparently, but they're $80.
We're also not sponsored.
Thank you to
them.
Ridge Wallet, the world's first
also not sponsored by
flat
Ridge
wallet. The world's minimalist wallet. Fits right in your pocket hole. Who has another one? Who's another popular one?
$5 Shave Club or whatever.
Oh yeah, that Dollar Shave Club. They kind of got
not sponsored.
Dollar Shave Club. Nord Shave Club.
No.
Oh, the one that is for like shaving your junk or whatever.
Manscaped. The new lawnmower 2.0.
Not Raycon Shadow Legends.
I think that's good.
All right, guys. Well,
thanks
great
for
podcast.
Watching.
It ran long.
And listening. Subscribe to our OnlyFans.
How do you want me to dunk? MJ from Space Jam? What's is that the one where he jumps really far?
Wait.
Yeah,
Is it? Put your tongue out. Wait, he's gonna jump off the bed? Oh god.
And he's gonna break the